Yeah. Hummingbird, skill spins, antolog music. It's time to stand up, put your fist up to make a change. Talk to him, HB.
Tired of seeing my people lying dead off in these streets. They say racism's gone, but it don't look that way to me. Just because of my skin color and the way I look, I'm pulled over, searched, criticized, and judged to be a crook. I thought this was a land of the brave and the free. But if your skin is black or brown, you're automatically the enemy. It's a shame when I see a cop car, my heart skips a beat. Because I don't know if today is the last day my family will see me. Put your fist up, oh, for all the crying mothers. Put your fist up, yeah. Too many died so hurt. Put your fist up, whoa, yeah. For all the innocent, put your fist up. The whole human race, put your fist up, put your fist up. I'm the proud mother of a smart, handsome black son. I want him to live in a world where there's peace with everyone. I brought him up to love, respect, and be a kind person. But he's already stereotyped from what somebody else has done. My heart skips a beat every time we're in the system. Cause it doesn't matter if we're innocent, our life is done. I'm tired of seeing my people lying dead off in these streets. They say racism's gone, but it don't look that way to me. Put your fist up, oh, for all injustices. Put your fist up, hey, we're not your enemy. Put your fist up, whoa, yeah, my child deserves to live. Put your fist up, everybody put your fist up, put your fist up. Keep on pushing, keep on striving, keep on trusting, keep on praying, keep on believing, keep on believing. Don't give up, put your fist up, keep on loving, keep on fasting, keep on climbing, keep on building, keep on loving, keep on, put your fist up, hey, for all the crying mothers, put your fist up, yeah, for all injustices, put your fist up, whoa, yeah, my child deserves to live, put your fist up, we're not the enemy, put your fist up, put your fist up.
We're going to talk about this song, honey.
Girl, with your pretty self. Oh,
okay. I know, honey. I love the video of you when you had on your little outfit, honey. You was giving it to him.
First, before I get started, you guys, this is a queen, a diva, Mother Diva in the house for sure. But I want to say hello to everybody because I always do that before we get started. But girl, I see her behind that screen. I see how gorgeous this queen is. Yes! I said, stop not putting her gorgeous face all over this screen. Hold on, you guys. For all the people that are coming in, I'm going to say hello to ones in the chat right now, which I want to welcome.
Welcome.
White Cross, Valley, Fred Denson. Hey, Mama Denson. Miss Dorsey. Anybody else? Miss Valerie, Miss Shy, DM in the house, Miss Cheryl for sure, and everybody else who's getting ready to join us. I want to thank you today for having this beautiful Mother Diva queen in the house. This is an interview long overdue. We've been trying to touch base for a moment this year, and I am so honored, so grateful, so blessed to have your presence, queen, on the platform.
You make me cry.
Girl, I feel like crying how pretty you is. I want to put my fist up. Just a beautiful queen that you are. I want to I'm paying attention to the box today, you guys. This is not about me. This queen has a movement. She has something to say. And people like us can change the way of that. Where few are gathered, we can turn and make a difference. One voice can make a change and one voice can make a difference. We have to stand straight up and we have to move forward to certain things. So if you guys don't see me on the platform, I want this queen to speak. If I need to come back up, I'll come back up. But everything you get ready to hear, it is new to me too. I also put a little bio in the box at the top of the box about who this queen is. But I ain't want to read that off no piece of paper. I needed this queen to tell me, this extraordinary queen. I said reading that little stuff off a piece of paper is not going to do any good to the... That's all that she done done. How is it going to give you any credibility? Her credibility is impeccable. To me, her spirit is phenomenal. Her look, baby, you know she a diva. She said, "Girl, I gotta go get ready." Diva is, diva does.
You see, I just want to let everybody know, in case you wonder why I got this mask underneath, honey, I'm trying to hide that chin fat. Keep it real.
Hey, ain't nobody looking at no chin fat when they come and look at your beautiful queen. So with further ado, I'm going to kind of go down to the bottom because I need to pay attention to what this queen is saying too. As a civil rights activist, I brought her to my platform because this is what I do. This is where we come in to make a change at. And I want to pay attention to what she's given us, the knowledge, things that you guys didn't know, from Michael Jackson to other people too. And as well, just who she is as a person and what she's trying to do to make a change, not just for herself, for all Americans around the world. So
absolutely.
I'm going down, queen. I need to pay attention so I can learn this lesson too. And everything that you guys are hearing today, y'all so special. I could have kept this queen to myself. And I could have stayed to myself with this queen. And I brought her up here so she can tell you what she needs to tell you too. So I need y'all to pay attention. Let's go, queen.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I am humbled and honored to be here on the Essie Berry Show, Woman to Woman. You are such a wonderful person in terms of your fight and your activism and how you're trying to assist people as many as you can. And I know you spread yourself thin just like I do. But I know there's probably going to be some questions about this monstrosity I'm wearing around my neck. So I just want to let people know that my name is Mother Diva. I am a producer, a talk show host, and I'm the Madam Ambassador of house and electronic dance music. So that's why I wear the house necklace to represent the house music community, which was started here in Chicago. Chicago's the birthplace of house music. So just in case you guys are wondering what am I wearing? And I actually do make these. And as our sister Essie said, I'm a community activist. And the reason why I wanted to come on the show today was because, first of all, Essie is a civil rights activist. So when I first started learning about her, just seeing her on different shows on YouTube, I said, well, it would be really great to reach out to her to share what it is that I'm trying to do. And just in case, I'm not trying to ignore nobody. I don't have on my glasses. They right here. I'm trying to be cute, so I can't see. So if y'all writing something in the chat or you're saying something, anything, we'll go back over it. I have to put my glasses on. But I wanted to make sure that I was connecting with as many activists as I could, because I wrote a law that I am trying to get passed, and I need as many people as possible to get on the bandwagon with this law. So first, let me start off by just giving you a brief background. I've been entertaining people for 50 years. This is my 50th anniversary. I stepped out on stage when I was 3 years old. Professionally, I've worked in the entertainment industry since 1989. And I've worked in film, I've worked in television, I've worked in music, behind the scenes. I've done some independent projects. I also was an actress. I played the church lady on Ally McBeal 25 years ago. I also was a nurse in the film Save the Last Dance. But more importantly, my community activism work is extremely important to me. I currently have a relationship with the Richard J. Daley Center here in Chicago, which is our courthouse. And in case you all are watching from different places and you don't know about our courthouse, it's the courthouse that y'all saw Robert Kelly, R. Kelly coming in and out of. So I produce noontime events there. And those events are house and electronic dance music, health and wellness DJ sets. And my 10-year anniversary is coming up April 16th. So y'all make y'all way to Daily Plaza on April 16th at noon. It's gonna be on and popping. But my passion is fighting injustices. And some of you who even watch Essie's show that know me know that I am a Michael Jackson historian and advocate. And at this time, we have two individuals who are suing his estate. They've been suing the estate for the last 10 years. This is the 10-year anniversary of lies. Both of these two anuses, as I like to refer to them, have done nothing but lie on Michael Jackson. So what I'm trying to do, I created a bill. And I just wanted to let people know, just in case you guys don't know, that regular everyday citizens can write a bill. They can write a law and submit it to their legislators. This is why I'm here today, because I want as many legislators as possible to either look at this bill, sponsor this bill, try to get it passed. So let me just kind of break this down for you guys and let you guys know what actually happened. So in 2013, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who are the two accusers accusing Michael Jackson of sexually assaulting them when they were children, they filed a lawsuit in court against the Michael Jackson estate. It also named MJJ Productions and just like 2 or 3 companies within the estate. So the judge threw it out and they filed an appeal, and the judge threw that out. But what ended up happening was the state of California in the year 2020 changed the law to where a person has up until their age of 40 to file a civil lawsuit to sue their perpetrators. So because of that law that was passed, now here come these fools again trying to sue Michael Jackson's estate. So during my research, I have found that what they actually did was they aligned themselves with the Time's Up and the Me Too movement to get that law passed. Now, I want to be very clear. What I'm saying is the Time's Up and Me Too movement were these activists and these groups and these individuals who all came together to fight as sexual abuse survivors. So since they claimed that they were sexual abuse survivors and that they were sexually abused by Michael Jackson, then they just joined in with them. Okay, but that was supposed to be a movement and a law for real victims, not people that are lying on other people. So once I realized that, I said, no, I need to get a law passed. So how this all started was I started off a couple of years ago promoting hashtag Pass the Civil Rights 5. And there were 5 laws, 4 that I wrote, 1 that I actually adopted that I was trying to get passed. I emailed all the members of Congress. I emailed the senators. I even emailed different legislators in different states, especially California. But as time moved on and I saw that these 2 dickheads was out here trying to sue him and continuing with this lie, and then now we got Oprah Winfrey involved, it's just a big mess. I said, you know what? I need to focus on one law at a time. So what I did, since these motherfuckers did set up here and align themselves with a real movement, with real victims, I said, I'm going to fight fire with fire. So I created the Safeway Perjury Bill. And the Safeway Perjury Bill is a no statute of limitations on perjury. I named the bill after them motherfuckers just to stick it to them and let them have it. So what I did, I took a part of James Safechuck's last name and I took Wade Robson's first name and I put it together and it's called the Safeway Perjury Bill. So what this bill would do, and I sent a copy of the bill to Miss Essie, what this bill would do if it's passed, and there has to be some amendments in one of the states that I'm talking to now. But what this will do is it will be no longer no statute of limitations on perjury. And people who have perjured themselves will go to jail. Because let me tell you guys something. Perjury is very serious. It affects other people's lives. Okay, it affects other people's lives. And what happens when someone goes into court and perjures themselves, they can send an innocent person to prison or they can set a guilty person free. Now, let me give y'all a perfect example. Okay, the statute of limitations in the state of California, when Michael Jackson had the second accusation, which was the 2005 trial, okay, the statute of limitations on perjury for that case would have ran out in 2009. Wade Robson took the stand in 2005 and said Michael Jackson was innocent. Michael Jackson never touched him. Tom Mesereau, who was Michael Jackson's attorney, they drilled him. The prosecution drilled him. He swore up and down that Michael Jackson never touched him. Okay. Now, I find it very interesting, and I want y'all to pay close attention to this. I find it very interesting that the year Michael Jackson died was when the statute of limitations ran out for that case. I want y'all to marinate on that. Okay. So now in 2013, 4 years later, Wade Robson filed a lawsuit and he said, I perjured myself. I lied to protect Michael Jackson. This is why I want this law passed, because this is what you would call psychological double jeopardy. And what I mean by that is he's an admitted perjurer. He said that he lied and that he lied to protect Michael Jackson, that Michael Jackson actually molested him. This is what he said. So if the law gets passed, not only will he go to jail because he said he perjured himself, but he actually perjured himself in the deposition when he filed a lawsuit. Okay? Because anytime you go into a deposition or a court of law, you solemnly swear, you take an oath, you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And if you are lying, that is perjury, that is against the law, and you could be arrested and put in jail for perjury. But perjury has a statute of limitations. And I'm telling you all right now, had there been no statute of limitations on perjury, Wade Robson and James Safechuck would have never filed that lawsuit, because by filing a lawsuit, you are being an admitted perjurer and you could get arrested and go to jail. So what I am asking everyone to do is hashtag Safeway Perjury Bill. And I'm also asking you all to get in contact with your members of Congress, whoever your congressional rep is, whoever your U.S. senator is, and then whatever state you live in. Talk to your state reps and your state senators, because we need to get this law passed. It really needs to be passed federally, but we're starting with different states. Now, what I did was I sent out emails, again, as I mentioned earlier, to members of Congress and various state legislators. I did start with California. I didn't get a response. what ended up happening is the law is actually being considered, and I'm very excited about this. The law is actually being considered in the state of Indiana. And the reason it's being considered in the state of Indiana is because my charity, Thriller Dance 2300, which is a nonprofit organization that I started to benefit Gary, Indiana, which is Michael Jackson's hometown. We give away clothes, shoes, household items, school supplies, baby items, senior items. We do events over there several times a year, and I'm constantly driving back and forth, dropping things off to families. I get out there in the street and we have street brunches. We feed the block. And we do this in front of Michael Jackson's childhood home, the famous Jackson family home at 2300 Jackson Street in Gary, Indiana. So because I developed relationships with the city of Gary, I started to get to know some of the politicians over there. So one of the state representatives who has a yearly event is the Fall Festival that is done right outside of the Glenn Theater. And the Glenn Theater is actually the only major theater in the city of Gary. So his name is Vernon Smith. And I sent the law to Vernon and I had a conversation with him. And I said, I am trying to get this law passed. Can you help me? He said, well, listen, if you want anything done in this state, you got to get a Republican. Okay. So I said, well, what Republican do you recommend? And he said, Julie Altoff. Now, to show you how the Holy Spirit works, I had been helping Stagecoach Productions, Tommy Pinson, who is a Black cowboy. He's also a Buffalo Soldier, and he's also a vet. He has a nonprofit called Stagecoach Productions. I have been assisting him with his nonprofit, and he lives in the Winfield area of Indiana, which happened to be the 19th district, which was Julie Altoff's district. And Julie had been out shaking hands and knocking on doors and doing what she's supposed to do to try to win her seat back because she was up for re-election. So I reached out to her. I said, look, I've looked you up. I've seen what's going on. There's no doubt in my mind that you will not win this election. And she did end up winning. I sent her the bill. So I told her, I said, I am not in a hurry. I know that you're busy. So what happens, just to give you guys just an understanding of how this works, in Indiana, they are able to, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. On the odd years, they have 10 bills. On the even years, they only have 5. So when I submitted her the bill, she already had her bills for that year. So I said, well, look, let's put this in for 2024, which she only got 5. Well, we started working on it last year, and come to find out some of the provisions that I had in the bill needed to be amended because bills have to be passable, okay, if I can put it like that. So I said, well, look, she said, listen, I only got 5 bills this year. Next year, I have 10 bills. She's also up for re-election. So she said, let's fix it. And I said, look, it would be perfect if we can pass it for 2025 because the Michael Jackson biopic is coming out. It's going to be a lot of hype. And if we could get this bill passed, that would be awesome. And, she told me, she said, Mother Diva, this bill really needs to be passed in California. I said, no one responded. No one responded except you. So here's the interesting thing about that. All this chaos and all these problems took place in California, but only the Republican state representative from the state of Indiana was willing to help me. See, and before some of y'all, get into political parties, Democrat, Republican, I am just like Ice Cube. Ice Cube went on Fox Soul and explained to everyone that he responded to the people that responded to him. So for us as activists and people that are trying to get something done, it's not about a political party. It's about who can service my agenda to help the people. That's what it's about. It doesn't matter if you Democrat, if you Republican. I'm a member of the Green Party, okay? And I joined the Green Party because of Cynthia McKinney. This woman was putting her life on the line for the community. And she was the first African-American woman to run, I believe, for president under the Green Party. She ran in 2008. A lot of y'all might not even know that because you have allowed this system, the media, the marketing, to keep one side of your mind blue and the other side red. So you probably missed that on the ballot. But Cynthia McKinney's name was on the ballot. It was 8 people who ran for president in 2008, and she was one of them. And I actually ended up voting for her because I wanted to support her. So I look at the person, not the party. So just because a person may be in a specific political party, if you have an agenda that's going to be beneficial to the community and to the people, then you need to be able to connect with those people to get what you need done. Fuck all the rest of that shit, okay? We all need to come together and work together. So what I need y'all to do is hashtag Safeway Perjury Bill. And I need you to Google. Some of y'all may not know, but you can Google your congressional rep. You can also Google whoever your state rep or your assembly person, like in Las Vegas, it's called assemblyman or assembly person. Whoever your local officials are, you can Google that and look them up and tell them you want this bill to be passed. Where you at, girl? Miss Essie? There you go.
I'm up here getting some education.
Nice. Well, how's Hallelujah?
I liked it. Like,
I just didn't want to keep talking. I want to engage with you and see if you had any questions or what have you.
You know what? What I try to do, I intake the knowledge that you're coming with. And sometimes we get to the point that we interrupt. That's why I came all the way down, because I needed people to see your face, your expression, and what you're saying. Now we've been engaged, but I wanted you to get quite a bit of that out. Now, when you say it Safeway, is it WADE?
Yes.
Okay, Safeway Perjury Bill, because they're hashtagging it. Everybody start hashtagging that. Share with one person, another person share with another person. And I'm also going to do an AI on it. So I'm going to do the AI.
Well, I sent you the picture. Did you see the email that I sent you a picture of Wade Robson and James Safechuck and Carolyn Doman Bryant in a jail cell? And in case y'all don't know who she is, she's the lady that lied on Emmett Till and said that Emmett Till whistled at her and got that boy killed. That's who she is. She just died not too long ago. Do you remember that case, Essie?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I see the pictures you're talking about.
I emailed you the picture. It's on the attachment. It's attachment. And put my glasses on. Now, when you hashtag it, you got to keep all the words together, because I see somebody spaced it out. You can't space it out. It's hashtag Safeway Perjury Bill, all one word. But I sent you an email with that picture on it. But if you can't find it, that's okay, because I can tell people to go where to go find it. You guys can reach me. I'm on social media. Mother Diva's House on Facebook. Mother Diva's House on Instagram. On Twitter, it's Mother Diva Show, because house was too long. I'm also on LinkedIn. It's Mother Diva. I believe it's Mother Diva Show on LinkedIn as well.
I apologize. I'm still new at the moving the little gadgets a little bit. So you guys, in respect to her too, I'm going to do a whole video so I can have that hashtag, what some of the stuff that she just said broken down and what she's trying to transition to do. So we're going to have it in a video as well. Give me about 48 hours and I'll have that up. I really want to promote her as much as possible, because when you say perjury, that's in a court of law, but it's straight saying you're a liar. It's saying you said something that wasn't true and you continue to say what wasn't true. And then you turn around. Do you know how many black men are locked up because of
because somebody perjured themselves.
Boom.
Yes.
Boom. And to add insults to injuries, there's some people are still in prison and jail right now because someone
because of lies.
Now, this is where this gets good, you guys. Now, in 2013, that same situation happened with me. So I'm still fighting right now to this day because someone told a lie. Steve Harvey people said that I was a co-conspirator and an extortionist. Where's the tangible evidence? So that was a lie, right? So now there's a warrant for my arrest because of the simple fact you told a lie because I found out that you were crooks. And because I revealed and told the truth because you were doing perjury through the whole situation. And when you find perjury or fraud with pondering of the court of any pondering evidence, and then you come back and admit it, now you committed fraud upon the courts, just as well as forgery, because you had a malicious intent and it was premeditated for you to do all this. So your ass should be in jail for lying. And the same goes.
You know what, Queen? Let me tell you something. And if Mr. Harvey is watching this, I really wish that you two could sit down and come together and work this out amicably. Because let me tell you something, Broderick, Stephen, Harvey Sr., you always talk about giving honor to God, glorifying God. If it wasn't for God, you wouldn't have all of this. Well, our God is also a forgiving God and letting the past go and not judging people for their sins in their past, but for people who have come to him and repented. Okay, so if you really truly believe in him and feel that way, which is, you Lord God, Jesus is really what the name is really Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua. If we can get into that another conversation. But I just wanted to send that message to Broderick because, first of all, if this is what you believe and you truly feel that in your heart, then you would come forward and work this out and squash this beef. Imagine if all of us came together and fought the powers that be. We could make a mighty powerful blow, just like with what Big Mama said in Soul Food. All of them fingers come together and make a fist. You can make a mighty powerful flow. We got bigger and better things to fight. Look at what happened, Essie, with Walmart and Master P. Master P and Snoop Dogg put this cereal out, had a deal with Walmart. Walmart took the cereal and put it on the shelf. At first, it was in the front of the store. Then it started fading away. Now they went and got Ben Crump. Why would you do something like that? Trying to put their cereal off. And you know what? My thing is, I don't even fuck with Walmart. I would encourage people to stop shopping there because they're ignorant, they ghetto, and look at how they treat people. What's new?
Our people. Look how they treat our people. So let's go back. Because sister, they saying you doing it up on this mic. Tell the truth and shame the devil. At the end of the day, with this that's going on right
I really wish y'all can work this out. Honestly, I'm going to pray for it. I wish y'all can sit down because there's a lot of pain here. Okay? It's blood, sweat, and tears. And y'all need to sit down and really, really work this out.
This is
where is it going to go, Essie? The thing about it is y'all keep fighting like it's like the Crips in the blood. It's got to be peace at some point.
Okay, here we go, sister. Let me speak. Now, I know Crips and blood, so much love to both of y'all. At the end of the day, my people's blood and Crips. There is a warrant for my arrest in the state of Texas with 11 judges signing it. That is clearly illegal. That is clearly unheard of. And
okay, so then you know what? Let's hook up, get the media, and let's just go turn yourself in.
Girl, we already talked to you. Yeah.
You're going to turn yourself in. We're going to straighten this out and get to the bottom of it.
Now, that's the issue, you guys, too, because what happens then is, I thought about that a long time ago, but God put people in place. I had said that I am who I am, and if I done committed a crime, then we ain't going to do no time because I didn't commit a crime. She asked me, how did I get that warrant in another state? Maybe if I turn myself in and I stand up for the media, maybe Broderick, am I dealing with the Broad or I'm dealing with Rick? Tell me what you know now. Broad or Rick. then you'll tell me what the warrant is for. Because at this time, like this sister standing up here, do you know how many people that got put in prison for some shit they didn't do? Niggas, I'll turn everything I think that will incriminate you because you've already been incriminated. See, it's one thing for people to get on here and preach that, but you got to realize there is a warrant for an innocent woman. I was in court with this man, and then they served me those papers saying that I'm supposed to shut up, and that gag order thing, that needs to be stopped. When you're
and when you were explaining that to me, you know, and this, I'm saying this in general for any situation, because I am considering going to law school. Yeah, I'm considering going to law school. Because I love the law, and the law lives in me. And when I say law, I'm talking about the law, the spirit, the Holy Spirit that's in us. And I said, you know, I always wanted to be, when I got into working in politics, because I've been in politics 21 years, I saw how rigged and how crooked the election process is. I'll give you the perfect example. When you go vote for the primary, now I don't know how it is in Los Angeles, but in Illinois, because I used to live in LA and I did my first election there, and I was so young, I was 18, I don't remember the process. But the primary election, when you walk into the polling place, they ask you what your political party is. And based on what you tell them, they give you that ballot. And see, to me, that's not fair. I should be able to vote for a Democratic state's attorney, a Republican state senator, a governor that's in the Green Party, a lieutenant governor that's independent. See, that's what they're afraid of. They don't want it like that. That's why in the primary, and I'm telling y'all stuff that literally I'm putting my life on the line, sharing this, because it's right there in front of you. It's just you're just not paying attention to it. It's like your nose is on your face, but you can't see it unless you look in the mirror. So the thing is, when you go into the polling place, now this has been my dilemma. I have some clients that are Republican that's in the Green Party, but when I go to the polling place, a majority of my clients are Democrat. I have to get a Democratic ballot when I also want to vote for these other people. They will not allow you to vote for every party until the general. Now, and that's fucked up to me, Essie.
And I was just gonna say, so you're still like you had a stigma. You can't do that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, people didn't know it before slavery and all this, and before that took place. A lot of blacks were Republicans. I don't know if you know that.
They were.
I don't know why, but I'm just saying, blacks were Republicans. So, and being at this real, everybody got personal feelings involved and personal agendas. People are not looking at the people, the women, the men, the children. They're looking at their personal issues that has nothing to do with us. So if we're going to sit up there and complain about it, we really need to be about it, because if we be about it, we could change. Just like she was talking about Snoop Dogg and the cereal. Now, when she just told me that, I heard a lot about that, right? So if it was
and wait a minute, Essie, let me tell you what else they did. They had the cereal for sale on Walmart.com for $12 a box, when the cereal is supposed to be $3.48.
Oh, so see, that's my thing. You know what? When it comes to black, everything you do, they hyping the price up. Even when it comes to buying fraternal eggs and sperm to make a baby. That was stupid. Black sperm is
you know that black dick sperm is high. Baby, that black dick sperm is high as hell,
baby. $1,500 a pop, baby. $1,500 a pop. And the white, I'm telling you the truth, and white boys is set half of that. So get that, because one of my clients wanted to go to one of the fertility clinics, and that's how I found that out.
I tell your client to go look up Crystal the Alkaline Doula, honey. She needs some baby boom. The goddesscollection.com, they got all kind of teas over there. Baby boom, they got stuff of sperm vitality, all of that. But see, the thing of it is, and I know that you battled yourself because I battle with it every day. But in order for us to prepare our bodies to procreate, is we got to change our eating habits. We got to get more healthier. We got to get more sun, eat more fruits and vegetables, detox our body, because the way Crystal talks about it, people just got look, dudes be having funky sperm and women, that's what it is. It's funky sperm.
What's funky?
They sperm is fucked up. Let me tell you something. I remember you was working on that situation that happened with the Norwood family. But let me say this: if you go back and look, and when Princess was trying to get pregnant, Ray J had to quit smoking. He had to do certain things because a lot of people don't know this. Cigarette smoke, when you smoke cigarettes, it will drop your sperm count. People don't understand that the stuff that we do to ourselves create problems in our body, myself included. I'm a big girl,
But you keep as hell.
I know that I did some stuff, with what my habits of eating or whatever that then caused me health problems. I have to be held accountable for that. And that's why my weight has gone up and down. I lost 102 pounds and gained a lot of it back. Now I'm back on track with my fruits and vegetables, following Dr. Sabi's approved food list, doing my detoxes, drinking my water. In fact, I got my little cup right here because I like to use my measuring cups, because my measuring cups will tell me how much water that I've drunk for that day. So if 8 of these is half a gallon.
Y'all hear that? Get some education with that, players. Yeah.
This you can get this at the dollar store.
Dollar store, baby, all day long. And I love the dollar store. You heard me? And I'm doing the same thing.
And alkaline water is the best water you want to get out. The best waters to drink are alkaline, purified with reverse osmosis, and spring water. Distilled water is good for you to do sinus rinses. If some of you all have sinus problems, you get you a little sea salt in a sinus rinse bottle and warm that water up a little bit and shoot up your nose. It's really good for that. I'm talking about shooting the water up your nose now, not nothing else.
Yeah, but y'all, and that's just to clean the nostrils, nothing else. But let me back up some.
Yes, ma'am.
I saw a lot of people responding about the Snoop Dogg thing in the cereal. Basically, because both of these black men are entrepreneurs. You damn right. I love you, Snoop him too. How the hell you think we're gonna buy a $12 box of cereal? Let me tell you how they did. Wait. Do you send a box every month? Because at the end of the day, as black entrepreneurs, and they've been in this game and they see how people try to stop them, they should have found some kind of networking way if it wasn't able to start their online cereal. Why did they do a whole online to start sharing it with the black bloggers? They would have picked it up.
Right. So let me tell you how these companies do stuff, because they're very slick. So Snoop Dogg started Brodus Foods. His name is Calvin Brodus, for those of you all who may or may not know. His birth name is Calvin Brodus. He started Brodus Food, and Brodus Food has a line of breakfast products. He got pancakes, he got cereal, he got all kinds of stuff. Okay. They did a deal with Walmart. The cereal was supposed to be $3.48 when you walked into the store. Now, when the cereal first came out, I saw it at Walmart. When I walked in, it was at the front, because that's, when you have new products, you put them in the front because you're trying to push them. Then I noticed that a lot of people started posting on social media that they didn't see the cereal anymore. So then people started making videos. When I tell you, so many people was in support of wanting to see Master P and Snoopy win with this. They were making videos walking into Walmart, asking them where the cereal was. One video, the store clerk took the person all the way back into the back where the little warehouse in the back of the store. The cereal was way up on top, had been there for months. It had expired, but been there for months. Then, if you went on their website, the cereal was between $10 and $12. So that's why they did a press conference. Attorney Ben Crump is like the new Johnny Cochran, okay?
Amen.
So, right. He got involved and held a press conference and started holding Walmart accountable for what they was doing. Now, let me tell you, Snoopy and Master P been pushing, and I got to make my video to show them. But Snoopy and Master P have been pushing for people to buy the cereal on Amazon. It's only $5 or $6 a box on Amazon. But let me tell you what the problem is there. And I love Amazon. I pay my $14.99 a month for my Prime. Shouts out to Jeff Bezos. You can write me a check for $100 million too, baby, because he went to the moon and started giving out checks. That's another story. So, yeah. So what happened was I wanted to see how long it took for them to get it to me, because I was going to order a box, and because I'm trying to watch my weight, I was just going to order the box and give it to the kids. So what happened was when I went to place the order, it said that my box of cereal was not going to be to me for 7 to 14 days. I said, I pay $14.99 a month for Prime. Why I ain't get this cereal the next day? I clicked on all the other cereals. Kellogg's, Fruity Pebbles, Trix, all the other cereals was coming the next day, but their cereal was going to take me 7 days to 14 days. I said, see, they doing this bullshit again. See, this is what, if somebody knows Snoopy and Master P, and you can cut this part out. What they need to do, what they need to do, Essie. What Snoop and Master P need to do is they need to get in contact with every food truck company in this country and partner with them, and you could buy their cereal off the food truck. And they need to get a list of all the little mom and pop convenience stores around the country, the liquor stores, all of it, and put their stuff there. That's what they need to leave this major corporation shit alone and sell it on their own website. This is what people need to start doing in the music industry. You know, Tiffany Red and the 100%, she been fighting for royalty. They're not paying the songwriters. The songwriters can't make a livable wage no more. The streaming services are cheating people. And what do we need to do? Stop, withdraw our dollars. Remember the Alabama bus boycott. The reason why that worked is because the bus company lost money. When African American people said, you know what, if we can't sit wherever the fuck we want to sit on this goddamn bus, we ain't giving you no more fucking money. They were walking, taking cabs, and carpooling. And the bus company lost money, and that's why you can sit wherever you want to sit on the bus. They still racist, but they lost money. African American people spend more money than any other race of people. I know because I'm mixed. I know what the Caucasians doing, the natives doing, and the black people doing, because baby, I'm a rainbow. I got all them colors mixed up in me. I know what's going on. If they withdraw their dollars and stop fucking with those people, then things would change. But as long as you keep supporting motherfuckers that have treated you like shit, it's like they have the Stockholm syndrome. Like all them people of color, them rappers and stuff that be on Vlad. Leave Vlad ass alone. Vlad is a fucking plant. He don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all just on his platform, making him money. He pay y'all a little bit, but he's snitching on everybody. How come everybody get arrested after they get off Vlad?
Dang. Hey, telling y'all some Jews, you know, I don't know. I'm finding all this out for the first time too. You better stop playing.
Girl, I don't know why they keep doing it. They've been told, don't fuck with those people. It's the same thing with the nail shops. Now, I have friends that are Asian, and I like Asian people. I like anybody. But some of these nail shops in the community, those people are rude and disrespectful. But you still going in there getting your nails done, getting your feet done, and they sitting there talking that shit in their language, talking about you like a dog. And Martin G. Johnson with Crime Chaser here in Chicago, baby, he protested for 3 weeks and got the nail shop closed. He was not playing. We don't play here in Chicago, baby. We'll do whatever it takes to shut your ass down.
Right, right.
But it takes a community of people to do that.
Right.
It takes everybody to come together to do that. It can't just be one person. Martin Luther King started it off, but he had a following.
I love your spirit and how you speak about things, and you're a realist. I like when a person can get up on a platform and like really just be yourself and stop sugarcoating it. It's too many sugarcoat candy kissing sisters on these damn internets. It's time to get some backbone and stand for what we believe in. But back in the day, we was tired of seeing our kids laying in the street, police beating them down and doing all these other things that they're doing. And
that's why the Black Panthers got started. They got tired of that shit.
Here go Miss K is a Black Panther from her family member all the way down to generations. And do you know it's still Black Panthers that exist? But now, you know, at the end of the day, like Miss K say, they move in damn silence. They don't do like a lot of these cats do. I move in silence. When I go silence, pay attention. But it's all about changing. It's all about bringing new direction. It's about bringing new information and changing this. I think it's powerful law.
So and I don't know if you know him, but Fred Hampton Jr. is a colleague of mine. That's Fred Hampton's son, Chairman Fred.
From where?
The Black Panthers.
Oh, what?
Remember Fred Hampton that was killed by the police in Chicago in December of '69? That's his father. Yes, his son. He's continuing the legacy of his dad.
Oh, snap!
Did you see the movie Judas and the Black Messiah?
You know what? I've watched some of it. I better go back.
That was about Fred Hampton. That was a movie about Fred Hampton, the famous Black Panther. This man was 21 years old and was feeding thousands of people, organizing, trying to solidify the community. He did a lot in his little 21 years, baby.
Yeah. And you know what's good? I'm going to tell you guys, when you're an activist, you ain't got to say what you do. It moves within the circle of the community. Exactly. My voice alone is a job. Like Friday morning, I got to speak with a university because they trying to hold a Black woman back. The white people passed her, but then a Black woman want to hold her back. Y'all Black women with them white souls, you better quit doing that. Because why you trying to hold a Black sister back and it took you how you got there? Those kind of things I don't understand. When we got that mentality that we're trying to hold our own people back, or we're all trying to break our own people down. Why?
You know what's so interesting, Essie? I'm glad you brought that up because some of you all may not know this, but we just, completed Black History Month. And one of the famous Black inventors that I had been promoting at different events for Black History Month, she's famous in a lot of circles, but to the whole entire world, her products are famous, but you don't know her. Her name is Shirley Ann Jackson. She's a physicist, and she's an African-American woman. She sits on the board of the New York Stock Exchange and AT&T. Let me tell you what she invented. She invented touch-tone dialing, call waiting, three-way calling, caller ID, and the fax machine was invented by an African-American woman, and you hardly hear anything about her.
Now, that's how we know to get our messages 2 weeks in advance, brothers, when we telling y'all what time it is, because a sister invented that. Because, women, when we got a plan, we're going to do it 2 weeks in advance. And there's so many things that Black women have created in this world because they say his story is his story.
But we would have never known anything about the African-American women that worked in space with that movie Hidden Figures.
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah.
We wouldn't have never known that somebody was able to take a risk and take a chance and make that movie. Do you know how special that film was?
Yeah.
That film was so special because seeing how Hollywood is, they wouldn't want people to know that.
Right.
Her story was told.
Yes.
In a major motion picture.
Yes.
With Kevin Costner.
And you know what? Where me and you take that so deep, because every Black movie that is pretty much to watch, boo, I done watched it. But ain't it powerful to know that we can generate life, create life, and give life to birth? And we were able to put the first astronaut into space. Black women, not white, not Indian,
And what was so crazy about it, she had to walk 30, 40 minutes just to go to the bathroom.
I saw that. That was horrible. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for her, them boys wouldn't have got back safely. Got there or got back. If it wasn't for her and her team.
And and you know what? If you have not watched Hidden Figure, now, sister, like this.
Yes, whoever's on this live feed, please go take a look at Hidden Figures and see. This is the issue that I have with Orpah. Yes, that's her fucking birth certificate name, Orpah Winfrey. This is the problem I have with that troll. She always doing these old step and fetch it ass movies. Why haven't you done movies that talk about Shirley Ann Jackson or Madam C.J. Walker or Marjorie Joyner, who created the cold wave machine, who worked with Madam C.J. Walker, the Kings and Queens? Why does your movie have to be stepped? The projects you work on got to be step and fetch it. See, that's her mentality. And going back to this situation with Michael Jackson and these liars, she was the one pushing the agenda. I'm telling y'all right now, Orpah is evil and satanic. She threw Michael Jackson under the bus. This man invited her to his home in 1993. Let her come in there, interview him. And what she don't even realize, y'all didn't know Michael Jackson, okay? She didn't even realize this. Michael had them shades on. He was looking at her ass out the corner of his eye because he was being a man. As a matter of fact, if you go back and look at the interview, when she got ready to get up, she said, I'm going out here to get on one of these rides. He was low-key inside eyeing her ass. She ate up all his motherfucking candy. She ate so much candy that she got sick from eating all the candy at Neverland. Then after that, you interview his sister twice. Then you have his ex-wife on the show. Then when he died, you didn't have the decency, troll, to come to his fucking funeral talking about, oh, I was on a cruise and bitch, you Oprah. You could have stopped the damn boat. He would have came to your fucking service. She didn't even have the decency to do that. Oh, but then she didn't go to the funeral. But wait a minute. She went to the house to interview his children and his mother. And let me tell you this. Joe Jackson showed up and pimped that bitch. Let me tell you, you go find somebody out there, go find the footage, or you can look the footage up. When she was at the Havenhurst house, which is the house that Joe bought in the 70s, Joe and Catherine they were separated. They never divorced, but he lived in Vegas. She was at Havenhurst. When Michael Jackson first died, Miss Catherine was living at the Havenhurst compound, is what they call it. That was the house that they secured when they first moved to LA. They lived around a few little places they were renting, but they finally got that house in like 71. So she goes over there to interview the kids and Miss Jackson. Joe shows up and Joe says, oh, Oprah, let me take a look at you. Spin around so I can see you. That bitch spin for Joe Jackson. Wait. She did. Somebody in the chat might remember. She twirled for Joe Jackson, girl. Yes, she did. She twirled for that motherfucker. What? Then after that, she goes on a date with Jackie Jackson. And I used to be so Team Stedman. You gonna let your woman go on a date with a motherfucker she was in love with, wanted to marry and fuck?
She said what she said, the way she said it, and she meant what she said.
And I said what I said. Girl, then wait a minute, let me finish. Then she gives LaToya Jackson a TV show on OWN for 2 seasons. And then you done ran through this man's entire family. And these 2 liars come out, say he didn't fuck them when they was kids. And then this motherfucker, this bald-headed British bitch who I cursed out because he tried to recruit me for an interview, this Dan Reed who made that documentary Leaving Neverland in 2019. She did a whole show and had them two liars on the show. And she wasn't even fair, Essie. Whenever you are having a show like that, you get 3 people who believe he's innocent and 3 people who think he's guilty, and you keep it fair. She didn't have no family members on there. She didn't have no people who knew Michael Jackson, no women who dated him, nothing. She just took the words for these liars. And that's why she going through the shit she going through now. I don't know if you saw it, but she stepped down from the board of Weight Watchers because they know that she took that Ozempic and lost that damn weight. How the fuck you gonna be on Weight Watchers 99 years, bitch, and you still fat? You ain't lost shit.
She said what the fuck she said, the way she said it, and she meant what she said, baby. Tonight is the real civil rights activist. Some gangster shit in the house. This is how real gangsters do. This is a new reform gangsters and civil rights activists. And this is the thing. All these things, people just didn't want to say it. Now it's being said. What you gonna do now, Oprah? You know what? At this point, Oprah, I've just been looking at you sideways anyway, ever since you tried to get white folks everything for you up your own race. I'm going to be honest with you. But all this shit now that's coming out, it ain't nothing just new. This shit's been happening and everybody kept their mouth shut up and nobody said nothing. But wait a minute, sister. You said she ran through the Jacksons. Did she run down and tag their hands, or how did she run through the Jacksons?
What I mean is, when I just gave an overview of all the people in the family she interviewed. First, she interviewed Michael. Then she interviewed Janet twice. Then she interviewed his ex-wife, Lisa Marie. Then she interviewed his mother and his children. She went on a date with his brother and gave his other sister a TV show. And then she turned on him and the whole family.
Now, you know what? Now, she's speaking about that. Some of that I remember. I didn't see. This is what you got to educate yourself on. Because what happens, you guys, people would rather believe a lie than believe the truth. It's easy to believe a lie because, you know what I'm saying? But stuff that shit's right there in front of you that you missed, that you didn't see, that you didn't think would happen. Look at this.
Now, and I want to ask you something, Essie, because you've been around a long time. Now, let me say this, because here's the situation. There may be some people in your feed. I don't know how your followers feel about Michael Jackson. Some people are divided. They're not sure. Some people think he's guilty. A lot of people feel he's innocent. But here's the thing. If a lie is on the surface, so it's easier to believe a lie. The truth you have to dig for. Now, a lot of people was feeling a little suspect about him because he was accused of this in 1993. There was a young man who came out and accused him of sexual assault. Let me explain what happened in that case, because a lot of people think, just like what happened with Cassie and P. Diddy, it's a little bit different situation, but he paid her off. In the first case, what happened was Michael Jackson had befriended a guy who was a dentist. And the guy had children. They loved Michael, so they developed this friendship. Where the guy started to get jealous because, Michael had took an interest in his son. Well, the guy had a screenplay, and he was trying to get money for it. Remember the movie Robin Hood, Men in Tights? That guy wrote that movie. He was trying to get Michael Jackson to give him $20 million to shoot this, to get this movie produced. Michael was not interested in the movie. So what happened was he beat up his son and forced his son to lie and say that Michael Jackson did this. Now there's a video on YouTube, and it should, if you put in Evan Chandler tape, Michael Jackson hired a private investigator and got this man on record saying that he was going to ruin him. This was an extortion attempt. Now, to prove what I'm saying, there's a young lady named Geraldine Hughes who wrote a book called Redemption. Geraldine was the paralegal who worked for the lawyer who was in cahoots with this guy to set Michael up and extort him. Well, Michael had some bad advice. Johnny Cochran was known as the settlement king. Johnny always believed in settling until he got to OJ. Okay, you couldn't settle that. You had to go through a trial. Yeah. So what happened was they all was just pushing him to settle the case. Michael Jackson did not want to settle the case. What happened was this. Michael wanted to go to the criminal trial first to show you how the justice system is so fucked up. Y'all can go look this up. You don't believe nothing I tell you. Go do your own research. Michael Jackson wanted the criminal trial to go first. If you're accusing me of a crime, then let me have my day in court. The judge said no. They wanted the civil case to go first. And that's why he ended up settling, because if the civil case had went first, that evil ass district attorney, his name was Tom Schnetton. Michael Jackson made a song called Dom Sheldon is a Cold Man. That was about Tom Schnetton. What happened was Tom Schnetton would have been collecting information from the civil trial to try to set him up in the criminal trial to try to put him in jail. So that's why he ended up settling that case. But another reason too, and a lot of people don't like to talk about this. Michael Jackson was addicted to painkillers because he had got burned. In fact, this is the 40th anniversary of him getting burned in that Pepsi commercial. And he started taking pain pills and he became addicted. When Michael found out this man was a dentist, the man was shooting him up with funny stuff, the painkillers. See, he was always doctor shopping, looking for motherfuckers that can give him what he needs, for pain. I mean, obviously that's how he died. He couldn't get no sleep. So he was taking propofol. I'm like, who the fuck does that? You know, but the point is that was all an extortion scheme. And the reason why they did that to him is because there's a woman named Gloria Rhodes Berlin. She was the realtor who sold Michael Jackson Neverland back in the late 80s. Powers that be did not want him up there. The district attorney, all those people who lived up there, they did not want this black man up there. They got mad because he bought Sycamore Valley Ranch. Sycamore Valley Ranch was the ranch that was in the video Say that he did with Paul McCartney and his sister LaToya. He wanted to build a place for himself and a place where kids can come and be kids, because he lost his childhood and his mission was to give children a childhood, give them something that he never had. He even set up hospital beds at Neverland for kids that was terminally ill with cancer, so they'll be able to watch the movies in the movie theater. The man went and bought a liver for a child to stop the child from dying. He did all these things. But see, people don't want to talk about that. They want to, say, oh, he's sleeping with little boys. No, if you've seen Michael Jackson's bedroom was 3 stories, the parents was there, his nephews was there, his nieces was there, and these motherfuckers is lying on him. The police investigated him, the LAPD, the Santa Barbara Police Department, the FBI, the DCFS, they found no evidence of a crime. Can't say he ain't guilty, but they found no evidence of a crime. This was an attempt to bring this man down because he was one of the most powerful African-American entertainers in this world. They didn't want him up there, so they tried to destroy him. Well, he finally moved out of Neverland because they ransacked his house. Girl, they took the man porno collection. Michael Jackson had enough heterosexual porn in his house to open up a video store. Y'all did not know him. It was all heterosexual porn. He even had 2 magazines in there for the big girls.
Michael, it's a thing. Get that.
And you can Google this. All of this is on the internet. The list, you can Google the exhibits that was submitted into evidence. He had Playboy. He had Barely Legal, Pimps Up, Hoes Down, Plumbers. He had a list of heterosexual porno. all up in the courtroom. These people were lying on him because he bought the Beatles catalog, he bought the ATV catalog, which included the Beatles stuff, and he merged it with Sony. That was the worst thing Michael Jackson could do. This is what African American people need to stop doing. And I can say this because my relatives are Caucasian too. Stop trying to connect with Caucasian people because you feel they are mainstream and they can do something for you. That ain't the reason you connect with Caucasian people. Let me tell you something. Tina Marie was Caucasian. Her audience was African American. Mary J. Blige has made a success for herself in R&B with the African American audience. The average person that works on Wall Street do not have Mary J. Blige in their playlist. Stop trying to connect with these motherfuckers that don't give a shit about you, gonna take your talent, take your shit, and run off and do other shit with it. No. Empower your damn self.
Come on, sister.
That.
Y'all better listen. You better say it.
Empower yourself. If Michael Jackson would have kept that ATV catalog African American owned and not merged it with Sony, he probably would still be alive today. Because them motherfuckers killed him.
And he got it out.
They killed him in a way. This is what they do. When they know what your weakness is, that's how they kill you. Same thing with Whitney Houston. Knew her weakness was cocaine and cigarettes. Knew what her weakness was. They know Michael Jackson's weakness. What is his weakness? Pain and lack of sleep. That's why don't tell nobody what the fuck your weaknesses are. Do not show weaknesses. Because that's how they get you. You better stand strong and let people know you are not to be played with, just like you say, Essie. We're not going to tolerate that. And the problem with this whole situation is that the Michael Jackson estate did not take a stand and hold a press conference to let the world know we are denouncing this film. These are lies. And if this film is shown in the theater and it is shown at the what was going to be shown at the film festival in Utah, and if it's shown on HBO, we're going to tell our community to cancel their subscriptions, get a list of your sponsors, and not buy your sponsors' product. See, that's the same thing that Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson did back in 2007 with Don Imus. I don't know if you remember this, Miss Essie, but do you remember when Don Imus, the radio personality, called them African-American girls some nappy
head bitches? I'm going to tell you about that because I was in on that. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know.
Nappy-headed hoes. Okay, so what did Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson do? They rallied the community and they said, whoever is sponsoring this radio show, we will tell our people not to buy your product. Baby, the sponsor started pulling out and he got fired.
But I'm going to tell you what came to me. Now, if this is not true or not, but this is how this went. So what people don't know, what year was that?
07.
07, I had a show called Spit It Out. It was a internet radio show. And some cats hired me, and that's what I do. I spit it out. I heard about that whole situation, but they say one of the nappy hoes that they said was Al Sharpton's daughter. So that's why Al Sharpton stepped in on it. But what they didn't say, it was some black brothers in there was showing Al how to rap. So because y'all black brothers think you can call women nappy head hoes and stuff, you thought it was okay for the white man to do it. So that's what they should have said, because if the black man thinks okay and you and he and I about a black woman, then evidently I'm just going to think it was okay. So they should have told the truth about the whole situation.
Well, you know, Dick Gregory was the other.
Nothing made one righter than the other. But still, that white person should have been fired, and the nigga should have been fired too. Because what you get online.
And you know what? At the same time, see, here's the thing. How are we ever going to eradicate racism when both sides be doing shit?
Right.
Like Dick Gregory, this is what Dick Gregory said, because Dick Gregory and Don Imus, they were friends. Dick Gregory said Don Imus is not racist. He talks shit like that all the time. He was saying that he always say crazy shit. That's just what he does. But now, if you go back and listen to the comedian, I can't think of his name, but you know who he is. He always say, "Look out there now, watch out there now." That comedian, yeah, he was on one of the radio shows talking about the girl that the Caucasian girl that got eaten by the shark, and she's like, "Oh, the shark wanted white meat and all this kind of stuff." And so now, if somebody was to say that about an African American person, you ready to shut it down. If it's gonna be shut down, it needs to be shut down all the way around. How are we going to eradicate racism when it's on both sides? Okay, everybody's a damn Karen now. I can tell you right now that not all those people are Karens. There was one lady who was complaining that there were drag racing down her street when she lived on a street with seniors and babies. She didn't want drag racers down her street, and she gets called a Karen. Like, when are we gonna stop this? Like,
right. So listen, when she was talking about the Don Imus, and I had the internet radio show, some cats hired me because they liked that I told the truth, just like we doing now. Yeah. This is real shit. Don't put it on how activists supposed to be. Look at how an activist winning for you. Look how you winning for me. That's what you need to look at. Don't worry about how someone talk. Are you analyzing what we're saying? And at that point, I didn't want to do the radio show no more because we were live and homeboy said, say alleged. That's what made me stop saying the word alleged. I told I'm not going to say alleged shit. This shit happened. If I say alleged, that means it may or may didn't happen. We read everything that happened for ourselves. A dude from the station called and told me. So at that time, that was some bullshit because you got 5 black men that are calling black women hoes, but you won't hold. I'm accountable.
You don't have to say alleged if you have the factual documentation that is true.
Period.
I'll give you the perfect example, and it's on my YouTube feed. My YouTube show is Mother Diva's House TV series. A couple of years ago, I went to CVS Pharmacy and I got the what was it? I'm trying to think of the name of what they were giving everybody. They were giving everybody that shot. The COVID shot. Pfizer, the vaccine. Okay, so I just wanted to get the information to see what it said. Now, some people who went and got vaccinated, they weren't given any information. The way it was supposed to work, if you made a decision to get vaccinated, when you went to get vaccinated, the reps were supposed to hand you a data sheet that had all the information about the vaccine and the side effects. So I went to CVS Pharmacy and sat in front of my live and I read the paper. I just, and YouTube never took my video down because I was reading the information off the paper. And it clearly said in there that there were pathogens in the vaccine that could cause cancer. There was also gasoline, sugar, all this stuff. And a lot of times we don't pay attention. Like, we've been using Vaseline all of our life, and come to find out it's petroleum. That's gas.
What?
It says petroleum jelly on there, and we singing the song. Petroleum jelly. Remember the little commercial? I'm like, they put it in your face and you don't even pay attention to it.
Damn, I got it all on my lips. What? Damn.
It's petroleum. Now, and then their excuse is, well, you can use petroleum for this and you can use it for that and you can use it, it's multi-purpose. That doesn't mean that it's going to create harm. Okay, if Vaseline can clog up your pores, your skin, you need to be able to breathe. But people, hey, and see, the thing is, okay, so like, well, I'm saying all this stuff. That doesn't mean people gonna pay attention to it. I can tell you, quit smoking, it causes lung cancer. People still gonna smoke cigarettes.
Right.
You know, so people still gonna use Vaseline. They ain't gonna lose no business. People are still doing it. I mean, I'm looking at all the people that got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. You really trust Johnson & Johnson? And they couldn't get baby powder right, but you gonna get vaccinated by them, and they didn't get baby powder right. Baby powder causes cancer, but you taking their vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody ready for that conversation.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, honey, vitamin D is nature's vaccine. You can Google the University of Chicago vitamin D study, and it clearly said in there that they did a study with people who are like several thousand people, and they found that a lot of the people that got sick with COVID or died of COVID is because they had low levels of vitamin D. And it specifically said in the article, high levels of vitamin D may prevent COVID. But this is not, they don't want you to know that. They just want to shoot you up with shit.
Yeah, and I prescribe that too. So see, you know what, about like all this knowledge, this is when this conversation is supposed to happen, because I think it's been since the first of the year, maybe a little bit before, she tried to contact me personally. And so it was so many things that was going on that I went able to put.
It happened when it's supposed to. We going into spring, second quarter.
Correct. So it's a powerful thing here to speak about all this knowledge that she brought. And with the Snoop Dogg thing, you guys, we might have to reach out to them, and Master P too. There should be some type of way we should network, be able to support these brothers, even because of what they've gone through and helped us through the generations. Because a lot of the rap, when they said fuck the police, black folks was tired then. That's what we all meant. Fuck the police. You get what I'm saying? People are tired of doing the same thing and being disrespected, or you gonna take a black man product, put on the top shelf. Now I'm 49. How would the hell I see their product way up on the top shelf getting dirty like that?
No, it was on the shelf in the back. It was in the warehouse. They had to go to the back because it wasn't on the floor. He should have immediately removed his product. This is just what I was saying. Just don't do business with Walmart. I do not shop at Walmart no more. I stopped shopping at Walmart because they hire anybody. And if you do some research on Sam Walton would not appreciate what's happening with his stores right now. Sam's Club or Walmart. When he built those companies on integrity. He was a fun-loving person. Girl, they got video footage of him dancing with the hula girls and everything. Sam Walton would not appreciate what's happening. It's the same thing that happened with Ebony Magazine. When the founders of these companies, when they sell them or they die, it goes kaput. Look at what happened with Don Cornelius. Before Don Cornelius died, he wanted Soul Train to stay African American owned. He sold it to Kennard Gibbs and Kennard, the business partner, because they were young African American entrepreneurs. And Kennard actually stepped down from the three of them, but Soul Train ended up getting sold to Viacom, which is BET, and Viacom is not owned by African American people.
And
Roland, that guy Roland that has that show in DC, he just did a whole video on Tubi. Tubi is giving African American people all these opportunities, all these movies. Tubi is owned by people who are not African American. That's the problem with a lot of African Americans. They're easily hoodwinked into some stuff. Like they was hoodwinked into voting for Joe Biden because of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is one of the most satanic people on this earth. That woman caused an innocent man to go to prison in California for 7 years. And when he got out, he sued them for $13 million and won.
Boom.
But everybody, Kamala, the first woman of color that's a vice president and all this kind of stuff. No, Joe Biden just used her. And I'm not saying y'all should have voted for Trump, because see, that's what people think the alternative is. Why don't y'all start looking at the libertarians, the Green parties, and the independents and the conservatives? Get out of the red blue mentality and
Amen.
go green. I'm in the Green Party. The Green Party is about for the environment, about helping people. These Democrats and Republicans, all they do is fight back and forth, and they hold shit up. Go do your research and go see how many of them up there voting. Danny Davis, 99-year-old ass, is up in there falling asleep. We have a member of Congress that is supposed to be passing bills, and this old decrepit motherfucker is falling asleep.
Where they do that at, y'all? Where they do all that at? Come on now. Now, this is the thing with that as well, you guys. Like, we can't, like, she's up here and she's writing laws, trying to change laws. That Perjury law is a great example of that. So all these people who done certain things, we can go back and get them. I don't know if Biden gonna make a change or Trump make a change, because when you got some good old boys working for you, because that's what worked for Trump, that's why all that shit happened. No disrespect to the White House, but when all them people rampage through that White House like that, and all them white people were in fear, I said, now you know what black people have endured from years and years. Police running up in the house, kicking black folks' doors in, making misconceptions, shooting our black people down, shooting our kids down.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about that insurrection. First of all, that was what you would say, white on white crime.
Right.
But that police, let me tell you something. Had all of those people been African American, it would have been worse. It would have been a shootout up in there.
You already know.
But let me tell you this, because a lot of people don't know this, because people don't read. Go and get you a copy of the Declaration of Independence. It says in there that if you as I'm paraphrasing, if you as an American citizen feel that your government has not performed the duties to your satisfaction, you have the right to overthrow the government. It says it in there. So that's why a lot of them didn't get in trouble the way that they normally would. Now, a lot of them been arrested. Some of them went to jail, but it ain't harsh. And that security guard that was running up the stairs and the people was following him, if he had turned around and shot all of them, he would have been within the right, because his life was threatened. But what he was trying to do was distract them away from the floor, because they were in there in Senate hearings and congressional hearings and all that kind of thing going on. But baby, when that guy decided to he peed in Nancy Pelosi's office, I said, you know what? I said, the government has been pissing on the people for centuries. I'm not saying what he did was right, sis.
Nope.
But when you spiritually and psychologically piss on somebody, years later, somebody may physically piss on you.
Right.
What you put out comes back. Like all that shit with Wendy Williams. Look at all the shit she did. Look at all the negative things. She literally, Method Man's wife had cancer, and she told the world. It's not your place to do that. So now she getting the wrath of Yahweh. They all getting their wrath. You cannot walk around and treat people like shit and do all this dirt and think ain't shit gonna happen to you. That's not how that works. What you put out, you get back tenfold. That go for all of us. I throw myself in there, Essie. Let me tell you what happened to me back in 2015. I was really upset with some producers who was producing an event. And I prayed that it would rain on them. It rained on them. You know what happened to me a year later? It rained on my event. I said, damn. And you know, Joshua came and he said, see, now you know better. You feel with my spirit. You don't wish nothing bad on nobody. You don't wish rain on somebody because you upset. That's why I made it rain on you to show you what it feels like. And from that day, I never did that again. I never did that again.
That was a good example. That's a good example because even though I done went through all this stuff with Steve Harvey, I really never wished him any harm. I wish they could have done this a different way and he sat down like a man. Because before the end of the year is up, y'all, beyond a shout out with this sister right here, I'm going to go to the media when I turn myself in because I don't know what these people going to do to me behind closed doors. I don't know.
You want to get that off your back. And I'm praying that Broderick will, you know,
because
y'all need to squash this. Ain't nobody saying y'all got to be friends and go get a cappuccino or something. Wish each other well and move on. This needs to be squashed because we got too much work to do. Let me tell you something. And you might even know this. Do you know Planned Parenthood allows 12-year-old girls to come into their office and get on birth control pills, get vaginal film and all kind of stuff, IUDs in their vagina? We need to stop that. What 12-year-old girl should be doing that? We got too much to be fighting for to change for all this to be going on.
And that's what I'm saying. So at this point right here, you guys, these are the type of people that God's drawing towards me. And there's so many that's reaching out. And I got it because I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this is a privilege because she acknowledged me so many ways. At the end of the day, I am a Black woman fighting for my freedom that has not been locked up. So what you're seeing is a sister of armor standing to show you how to fight too. But at the end of the day, we talking about this. So I go give myself up. I am going to go to the media and let them know what's going on. It doesn't matter.
Baby, it's so many. Listen, I have went online and I'm talking about major news outlets have picked up your story. I have seen your story on major news outlets, this fight that you've been having back and forth with the courts and restraining orders and gag orders with Broderick. I have seen all of that. You've been on like major online media outlets. So yeah, we just have to set it up to where it's like, you know what? I want to get this clear. Because there's no sense in you being somewhere with a warrant out for your arrest.
And I've never been there. But listen, you guys, right. I've never been to the state that this is happening. That's one.
That's why it needs to get cleared up. Right. Why would somebody have a warrant for your arrest in the state of Texas and you live in Los Angeles? That don't even make no sense.
Right. That one. Now listen, y'all. See, when you do for what you do, Steve set me up and a judge got mad, but I've never seen some 11 judges sign a warrant to arrest someone. So Steve Harvey paid Angela Tucker, the judge, and now 10 other judges signed. So it's one.
Okay, but wait a minute, but Essie, let's be careful. Do you have any proof that Steve Harvey paid these judges?
No, I ain't got no proof he paid them.
Okay, so you got to be careful.
Wait. But at this time, fuck what we talk about. Know what the fuck I heard. Why the fuck would you jeopardize your whole livelihood to take one Black woman down with one Black judge sign the papers with all their signatures on his? Why would you sit up and say there's a warrant for my arrest? So you want me to shut up and not talk? He done gave them fucking something. You're going to risk your whole career behind one Black woman because you got a warrant out for my arrest to set me up for conspiracy?
Yeah.
Extortion?
And I know what it sounds like, but what I'm saying for the purposes of whatever is happening.
I feel like he paid the judges.
Right. You don't want to say something that you have no proof of because now that's defamation of character. You don't want them to add anything else to this shit. You want to straighten this stuff out.
Hold up, sister. If you've been following this story and since we gonna get technical, can you please take your ass over to Steve and ask where was the extortion when he said I tried to extort something? Please tell me where the tangible evidence was. Please tell me how I conspired anything. Please tell me what I extorted. Was it in pencil, crayon, paper? That's what extortion is when you ask for something. I need to be careful, but for fucking 10 years, this nigga still making videos right now saying I'm an extortionist. He's already defamed me. I don't give a fuck about defaming that nigga. We can both defame. Wait, let me finish.
Essie, you're better than that.
I know that.
Wait a minute. Better than that. Don't do
that
what
nigga
you
gonna
do.
sue me for defamation, and you want to take me to court, and you don't ruin 10 years of my life. Then nigga, we can go because it ain't about money. Nigga, you both done defamed each other. But my shit, I can tell where this started from. If I had you 10 years ago, you might would have asked, well, Essie, where did the extortion? What did you take? How did you ask?
Girl, I do the Bible, line upon line and precept upon precept. I get what you say.
Do you know what extortion is?
That's right.
I'm asking you, do you know what extortion is?
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to Michael Jackson.
Boom.
They trying to pay folks off, threatening. It's almost like kidnapping. You pay this money or else.
Okay, so like right now, they trying to say it's a sex tape and a sex pictures of me. And if I don't shut up about Steve Harvey, you gonna do what? At this point, I don't give a fuck about Steve Harvey's reputation. If he wants to sue me, I will be glad for him to sue me. By the time I get through with whatever he has going on, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm not on this bad boy trying to discredit nobody. But for 10 years, I had to ride with him saying I was extortionist. Can somebody ask this? What did I extort? What did I conspire?
That's why we want to get this law. That's why it's important to get this perjury law passed. Let me say this to you, Essie, because I'm listening to you. And you got a lot of anger and pain about this. And I really want you to heal from this because this is eating away at you. I just want you to heal from it. And let me tell you something. Don't let nobody live inside your head that ain't paying no rent.
Okay, so let me tell you this. And I don't want to be interrupted for a minute because I listen. Baby.
I'll be quiet.
Like, I want to know, as bad as you are, if someone tried to say you extorted some conspiracy, how would you feel? Now, if they had to fix it, it was one thing. For me to know that I tried to save Mary and Winton, and for someone to tell me how to feel, no one should do that. You know why? This is not anger now. Anger was 10 years ago when this nigga was talking about my parents and me being abused and making pictures of me being beat up and shit like that. That was anger then. This is passion now. But what everybody felt and realized, there's a warrant. Everybody gonna say what they feel. Get the warrant off me, y'all. Let's make this bigger. Maybe if it wasn't you trying to take my freedom, I probably wouldn't say shit else about this. No one is asking, how did that warrant get on Essie Berry with 11 judges? Do not tell me how to feel, and all y'all asses out here walking around with no warrant. Your freedom, and I'm not worried about going to jail. I really not, because I didn't commit no crimes. I saw that a black woman.
No, Essie, I want you to fight, but I also don't want it to eat away with you. That's all I'm saying, baby. I'm just saying this out of love because I love you.
Okay, but I want to finish what I'm saying because you talked and I didn't interrupt you, but I want to say what I say because you're a powerful sister. And y'all, this is how I talk behind closed doors in front. See, to tell me to eat away at something, you really don't know me. Because if you followed my story, it don't eat away, but I'm still going through it. To know that the warrant was off me and I'm still talking about it, that's when you let it eat away at you. Every day I wake up until it's removed, until it's gone for what reason. And as a black woman, you can't tell me why. Why wouldn't it make me feel some kind of way? So I even thought about going to the media, but I'm going to do that when I'm ready. I will not be arrested behind closed doors. If that means that they're going to ask Steve Harvey why that warrant on me in Texas, then I'm going to give you the fucking show that you want. But to know that I stood like I stood in the depths that I've done, to know that someone tried to gag me while I was trying to go through a court hearing, being stalked and all this, to know that you see a man that said he knows God, and I got no, it ain't what I say. It's always 100% what I can prove. You're calling me bitches, sluts, hoes. That ain't your face. That ain't nobody else's face. It's Steve Harvey's face. The picture that I can show right now of a full-fledged of what I am going through, not what I've gone through, what's still happening right now. And as I said, if something's still happening right now, you can't help but to reiterate on it because you know every day there's something. Just like when people call me and say, Essie, they're making videos about the warrant. So now Steve got someone else paying them, and I'm saying paying them because, nigga, what are you doing it for? Why would you say if I don't turn myself in for a warrant and you were working with me, you gonna put a sex tape out there? Things like that. Those things still go on to me.
Well, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
if you're personal to me, then
I raised my hand because I want to ask a question, but I'll be quiet. I'm waiting for you to finish.
If you're personal to me, then don't cross me. And my therapist watched this as well as mine. So if anybody have not gone through this stalking mode and I had a restraining order against Steve for 6 months. To tell me who I am as an individual, I probably went through some shit that y'all ain't gone through. I pretty much got more heart than half of the niggas on this internet. But what you're not going to do is tell me how I feel. I have recuperated from 10 years of getting my ass whooped on this internet by a man that you say he called himself and he prayed to God. So no one can really tell me what my journey is because I pray before I do anything. I'm very vocal about what I say. And you know Steve Harvey too, as far as yourself is concerned, I guess. But do you think this man would do this?
I didn't catch the last part. What did you say?
If you said you know him, you see him motivational, you see him.
No. I don't know Steve. I don't know him.
No. You said that you see him like Broderick proclaimed to be a godly man, right? That's what he's.
The reason I said that is because that's what he's been portraying.
And I was saying that. Wait. He said that, he portrayed that, y'all saw that. You saw Mary, a black woman, wounded for almost 10 years, got on this internet, said what Steve Harvey did, and it went away. You guys sat up here, saw Mary videos go viral, and no one believed her. I had to get set up by Steve Harvey, being called a co-conspirator, the godly man, and an extortionist for 10 years, and I'm supposed to not feel some kind of way. I don't hate.
No, that's not what Essie. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel some type of way. I want to keep it in context. Go ahead.
I ain't trying to be funny, sister. We doing good, and I don't want you to feel like I'm being disrespectful. And I don't.
No, you're fine. You just, I'm good with you. It's
okay,
not that.
So let me finish.
The reason why I said those things that Steve is portraying himself that way because. What I'm saying is we need to put this back on him. If Steve Harvey is saying, and just hear me out, if he's saying that, God got him all of where he is and he's glorifying and praising and all about God and trying to bring people to God and help the youth and all this kind of stuff, if that's who you are, Broderick, then that means you're supposed to be a godly man. So a godly man would make peace with Essie Berry, clear this up, that you all come together and have an amicable conversation and make it peaceful and unify and go your separate ways and squash this beef. A godly person would squash the beef. If I got beef with you, Essie, and Joshua live in me, we need to come to a happy medium and squash it. Now, if I come to you and say, hey, look, I want to squash this beef, and you don't want to do that, then we'll never squash it. But both parties got to be willing to squash it. A person that say they love God and they're godly, we want to squash the beef. That's all I'm saying. You got a right to feel how you feel. But in listening to you, sister, I'm feeling your pain. And I do understand when you say that a person is stalking you, because one of my goddaughters who is in the entertainment industry, her ex-boyfriend is stalking her, and he tried to use somebody to contact me just to get her attention. So I understand. When you in this business, when you dealing with people and you trying to, like you was trying to help someone you thought was your friend, you end up getting caught up with their spouses, their ex-spouses and all this kind of stuff. And you didn't ask for that. You didn't ask for none of this. This was some shit that happened, and we just gonna have faith that it's gonna be resolved. The Holy Spirit gonna get in there and take care of it. You're gonna be all right. We're gonna get this thing done. I'm here. Whatever I can do to help you resolve this, I will. Just let me know what you need me to do, sister, and I'm here for you.
I need people to know on my mic that this is not anger. This is knowing that someone allowed this to happen all these times and no one stood But now, as one woman, I stand against a force of a millionaire who's had people. Whatever reason you're doing it, if Steve Harvey's not paying you to do it, if you're working with people that have cyberbullied me stalked me for years, and now y'all all teaming up for whatever reason, you feel like you're doing that. I know my sister got paid for show. My sister got paid fried chicken and $3,000, some Gucci purses, and I literally mean KFC. So people can be bought for anything. It's not what I say. It's
people
what
can be bought that allow themselves to be bought. I'm telling you right now, in front of all your people, no one buys me. Okay, Yahshua already paid the price. I've been bought with a price when he nailed to the cross. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to help y'all resolve this. If if Steve Harvey, or if he try to pay me to do this, no, I don't want no money. I'm not taking no money from anybody in this situation. I don't even want no money from you. I want this to be resolved. So they can't pay me. No one can pay me.
But I'm saying, sister, you hear me now, please. My bloodline got bought out. I heard what you said, but everybody's actions are different. And I'm not saying that to you. What I'm telling people, if your bloodline can be bought out, anybody can be bought out. I couldn't be bought out with Mary. I was not going to let them buy me away from Mary Case. And I saw this woman had been broken. I wasn't going to do that. And right now, as an activist and a woman, no matter what I feel, what I think, what way I should feel about anything, I have no ill feelings. There should not be a warrant against me. And for every day that y'all go to sleep and you lay on your pillow real soft, that warrant's still on me. So unless we're going to make a big ruckus about that, and this, what she's doing right now with this perjury, that will help a great deal, because perjury, even though it didn't go through the court of law and that defiant of that law, of that word terminology, it is still a lie. That's what perjury is for, liars. I never.
Well, I'm quite sure that, a person that's like a law clerk, a person that has a expert analyst can go through all of the papers, the court papers, and the whole situation and find those loopholes, because apparently there was some type of perjury involved somewhere. Somebody lied on somebody. So
well, I felt like if you lie on me and don't know me, if you lie on me and you don't know me, I didn't know these people. When you tell one lie to me, the case is done. Everything about the case, like with Michael Jackson, whoever. When I found that one lie, any lie that I found a case, fuck the whole case, go back and retry, because it's a lie. There's a lot of lies in Mary case. When you see a document and they say it's sealed, it is not sealed because they want y'all to know. It's sealed because they do not want you to know, and they don't want you to know the crime they committed. Because how long do some documents stay sealed? Steve Harvey divorce been sealed for 18 years. Why ain't y'all asking why? Don't you think that's why he's trying to gag me? Because they are sealed, because I know more, but it's all up in my head. You would really probably have to kill me, if anything, because I already know that case like the back of my hand. You guys don't know it. So they were mad because I put the documents out there. But once I see a Black woman that is being violated, I automatically do like the real civil rights activists do. I take cover and be ready to stand for her. When you see anybody writing something to say,
and what's so sad about the whole thing is that you tried to be Mary's friend and support her and stand with her, and then she turns against you. This is just horrible. I saw what happened, and then now they're trying to blame you because she went to the hospital. You and Storm, y'all are not responsible for that.
But you know what it is? I'm gonna be honest. So we being truthful. At the end of the day, when a woman's going and she's been broken by a man that she's in love with, Mary didn't even know how to love or have a friend, because they pretty much made everybody get away. I was the only person that Mary ever saw in her life that still stood for her and still standing to this day, because I got crossed in this from Mary Harvey. No matter how she has done me and what I feel, she was broken. And because she was broken, I got broken too. So we really didn't have
to identify with brokenness. I get it.
I said I was. I did to a degree. I got broken for a minute because I had never been through this. The things that Steve did, calling me out my name and doing all this, I've never been through that. I had to reflex myself, because Mary said something one day. She said, Steve said that he was gonna make the world make them think I was crazy. No disrespect to all y'all, but he did that. Mary was an angry black woman until I came back and stood for her. Her baby wasn't with her. He didn't have a relationship. Margie got went and all in on the internet. That couldn't have been me. So I could imagine somebody take my kids and got another woman and flaunt all in front of me. And then you're gagging me because I can't say that you beat my son or my kid. I seen the police reports myself.
Well, you know what, Miss Essie? You are just a sacrificial lamb, just like me. We've been sacrificed and compromised to save others. So
Right.
now we can push this Safeway perjury bill because this bill is going to save others, and we just ought to sacrifice to save others. And that's just the Holy Spirit.
And I want to let people know, I think Mary, no matter what people think, feel, y'all saw on the internet, right now as an activist, it doesn't matter what I feel. If they came and got Mary any kind of way because of this case, 100% beyond a shadow of doubt, I'm there. That's what real activists do. You put your feelings away and you stand for what you believe in. At the end of the day, I don't hate Steve Harvey. If something, it had to be a boundary cross. When I saw Steve laying on the street and he a black man in a white man neighborhood, do y'all asses really think that I'm gonna leave Steve Harvey laying on the ground in a white man's neighborhood? The dog can step on him. He's getting enough of that alone. So I'm telling you, regardless of what somebody done to me.
And that's what makes you a great person, because you're loyal. You let all of that other stuff go and you look at what the most important thing is at that moment. And that's what makes you beautiful and great. You are beautiful and great. You are a fighter, you are a survivor. You have, listen, you know what the Holy Spirit told me? He said, listen, everything that you've gone through in your life is rehearsal. Rehearsing you for something greater. So everything that you've gone through, Essie, with what it was with Fred, your family, all of this situation here, it ain't nothing but rehearsal to get you ready. The same thing that happened with David in the Bible, the story of David and Goliath. Every day he was fighting lions and tigers and bears. So when it came to that giant, all he did was sling his ass. And he was dead because he had been preparing his whole life. All of this is preparation for Essie Berry to be the greatest Essie Berry is going to be in this universe.
I thank you for saying that. I just want people to know, like, if I had a new God, I don't think I could be this far. If I had a new God, I couldn't be sharing this story with you guys. If I was still angry and hurt, I would not be on this platform. There's a reason why my passion goes so deep. I'm just saying, like, somebody asked me the other day about hating Steve Harvey. I don't hate him. I just don't like what he did. And people got to start using their common sense when people lie and they say things. Connect the dots. Some people want to ask how I'm connected to him. The warrant connects me to him, and it shouldn't be on me. No matter what we're talking about, nothing like that should happen. It just made me realize who I am as a person to fight. Because it's one thing when you fight for someone else, but it's a hell of another when you fight for yourself. This has been a journey for me either way it may go. And this is what I do every single day. And I really don't even have time to be being on the internet like this, but I know people need to learn the right way. Shit over here ain't artificial. If you want an artificial, go over there somewhere. Over here, it's all real because I ain't got time to be lying. Because if I lie about something, that means like I'm gonna go to jail. I'm trying to prove something. I'm trying to make someone look some kind of way. So you'll never find that over here with me. Anything I say, I can prove. And there is a reason why I'm going through it. But I hope Steve Harvey don't jeopardize his whole career behind a sister like me that he's never met to underestimate me, to show that I will do what I'm supposed to do is right. But
I want to ask you a question because you had mentioned something earlier about someone threatening to expose a sex tape. Did you make a sex tape?
No.
Well, then can't nobody expose you. No, that doesn't make no sense.
No, but my thing is, I've been married all my life, so I don't know who could have even done that. I know one of my husbands ain't stupid, but if you do it, I'm a bad motherfucker behind closed doors in the bedroom, so I want to see that shit myself.
I know that's right.
One, now the naked pictures, Yes, that's out there. But if you put them up, please make sure you send them to some people that's gonna say this is Essie
Well,
Berry
honey,
civil
a
rights.
lot of folks is naked on the internet. That don't mean nothing. That ain't no big deal.
Yeah, but that's the
Beyonce naked on the internet.
The point of it is, don't threaten me and say you're gonna do it, because those pictures were actually took and put in the courts of courts. They supposed to be sealed. I don't care if they unsealed or not, and they can get them. I'm not ashamed of anything I did. If my life is out here on this platform, then it's what's going to be. I didn't ask to be out here doing that. And when people call and asking me all these different questions, we've all done stuff in our past that we're not happy about, or I'm not angry about it because I was fine as hell. So I really don't care. I'm fine now. But at the end of the day, whatever I did in the past, whatever pictures or whatever, that has nothing to do with what I'm going through right now.
And oftentimes people are judged by their past, and that's why we're gonna move forward into the future. We're gonna you're going to turn yourself in. We'll get the media out there and get this stuff squashed and move on. You have too many things that you have to do. You are a survivor of abuse. You went through a lot. You're an inspiration to other people who have survived abuse. I'm a survivor of abuse. I was sexually molested at 5 in a church bathroom. My mother abused me. She told me that she hated me. She wished death on me. My father was killed by a drunk driver when I was 14. I mean, I didn't been through it. And if I can survive all of that, then I know that I have a greater purpose. And you have a greater purpose. You have a great purpose now. We love you. Stay in there. We got your back.
You know what, you guys, you got to realize sometime when we see this sisters night. So on women's night, we can get angry a little bit. Because I had to tell a brother the other night, don't tell me how to damn act or how to be or how to feel. Because if I want to tell you how I feel, I want to tell you how I feel. We can't do that around some men. We supposed to be able to do that on woman to woman. And what I want y'all to see, pay attention to my journey. Because before I turn myself in, y'all know I'm going to be video on every step of the way, but at the end of the day,
girl, we dress sharp too.
baby, boom, shaka, boom, baby. So whenever y'all ready, and I'm gonna make up my time when I want to do it, but I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I chose you today, and I had already made my mind up. You just kind of put it on out there to clarify what I said, because really, you guys, I'm letting everything do whatever it's going to do. At the end of the day, I'm a civil rights activist. I have not done anything to anybody. So if Steve is willing to take his life in consideration, the rest of his livelihood, to know that I'm going to go to meet and let them know, yo, Steve Harvey in the state of Texas is blackmailing me for whatever reason, because they want to gag me because of the sale documents and I'm being blackmailed. You can't take me into another state and everything happened here. I never appeared before court in another state. So they're going to take a look at that. They're going to take a look at the judges, and they're going to take a look at everything else. So when I put
there may be some great positive things that come out of this, because they may even throw it out and say, well, we don't even understand why you never know
exactly what's going to happen. No, what's going to happen is all Steve Harvey stuff is going to come out for the 18 years how he gagged Mary by putting me in it. And then what's going to happen is going to be a big conflict of interest now, because all these people who did what they did, they're going to have to answer questions for that. So if I just got to keep going through that, I don't want to go through that. So I had already made up my mind, but I'm going to do it when I'm ready. And you guys, when we get ready, you'll be able to follow that journey. At the end of the day, I'm not a scary person.
And Essie, you can also write a bill, create your own law or bill, and submit it to your legislators, because that's how we have to get these people. They encourage other people to write laws and pass laws, so we can do the same thing. Well, this is an election year.
Well, one thing is, it's like this. Like you said, them assholes who did what they did to you, the cops and all that, right? There's so many people that's violating us in so many ways. There's so many ways we can change things. I want to really help you work on the perjury, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much coming up. But maybe behind closed doors, I had some ideas with that, especially if I'm going to surrender my freedom to see what I'm fixing to do. Because at the end of the day, for me to do that, that should tell all you women something that's true. I'm not afraid of something if I didn't do it. That's why a lot of our black kids get shot down the street, because you take off running. I'm not running anywhere. I'm not trying to change anything. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to let someone violate me who didn't know me. Please not ever look at what I say or my passion, because a lot of people, when I'm talking like this right here, they feel like that's anger. One thing Geneva did say back in the day,
you're just passionate about what you believe in. There's nothing wrong with that.
right? But when people need to know, don't look at how I say it. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to how I stand. Listen to how I fight. Hear what I'm saying as far as that's concerned, because that could be your daughter, your mother, your grandmother, your auntie. It could be any of your descendants. I've never went through this. So every time I speak, every time I do something, it's the first time doing it. I may have repeated this scenario, but at the every day, it's another day with awakening. Just like you asked me about that sex tape. I mean, shit, I want to see it myself too if they got it. But shit, sex tapes are every day now. Who cares about a sex tape? What I'm gonna do? Go hide my face because somebody's seen my booty? Only difference is you can't see it through a pair of jeans. You gonna just see it naked. If someone even got something like that, which I doubt, because I don't put myself out there like that. I've been married and I've done that, and I've been 10 years single. So I don't just let people catch me off guard going in their house and I'm gonna sleep with a brother. That's not gonna happen. So I just want to say to a lot of people, all the things that she brought to us today, you know, it's going to make me think of more about what she said about Michael Jackson, how she broke that down, how she was telling us how, like, what people will do. And someone asked me,
these people align themselves with the Me Too movement and Time's Up movement to get a law passed just so they can sue him. Do you know how evil and satanic that is? You're going to try to get a law passed so you can sue Michael Jackson's estate. A man is deceased, not here to defend himself, and now they going to trial. And I didn't already email the lawyers and told them what the strategy is, because these motherfuckers clearly, if you go look at the movie Leaving Neverland, Wade Robson had nerve enough to say that Michael took his hand and put it on his hair, because he said Michael Jackson was performing oral sex on him, and Wade said he put it on his hair and his hair felt like a Brillo pad. I knew he was lying. What drippy ass Jerry curl do you know, sis, that feel like a Brillo pad?
right.
I told him to get in contact with 5 different Jerry curl companies, have chemists, the scientist family that invented the damn Jerry curl juice, put them all on the stand.
Now, I ain't
gonna Jerry girl.
Okay,
put them all on the stand.
Even though he had a Jerry curl, y'all know he wore pieces, right? But you could put that Jerry curl juice on enough pieces, just look like your real hair. So I'm just telling you that, you know.
But
so
I'm just saying, people not even questioning. Then get this: Wade Robson used to date Michael Jackson's niece. So you sucking on Michael Jackson's dick and go kiss his niece? We supposed to believe this shit? If this man molested you, why did you play his music at your wedding? Why did you dance in a tribute with his sister Janet? When Janet did the Scream tribute after Michael Jackson died on MTV, Wade Robson was one of the dancers. Why are you still trying to support somebody who molested you? It's because he didn't do nothing to you. You are a liar.
Why is the family even around him though? Why Janet even did a video with her? See, that's
no. This was before.
Oh, okay.
He filed a lawsuit.
Okay.
Yeah, he was all on talk shows defending Michael. You know, what happened was Wade Robson got mad because the estate did not hire him to do the Michael One show. He's angry because he feel like him and Michael was friends, and he testified and you know, he had all these opportunities and he feel like he owed something. So since they just threw him to the side and treated him like shit, then he got mad, and this is just revenge. But I'm telling you, these motherfuckers, somebody put them up to this shit. You are not going to continue to lie like this for 10 years unless somebody is paying you.
Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Angry you. Watch this, y'all. She ain't angry, is she? Is she angry, y'all? No, I'm just messing with you. Go ahead, baby.
No, I am angry. I am angry about that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But see how your whole demeanor just changed because you could tell that you passionate about it. See, people got to know the difference, you know, because anger ain't gonna solve nothing.
Yeah.
Change, speaking about it, knowing about it, and this is what we do. So now we got women up in here, we all listening to trying to change the factors of what's going on, no matter what it is or how it's going. And I respect you to the fullest because I ain't gonna lie. I ain't seen no videotapes of Michael doing that. I ain't seen no pictures. That shit wasn't my business, and I ain't seen nothing about it. So I have to be
honest. I got pictures, and Michael Jackson's dick was too damn big to fuck a kid in the ass. I done said this before. This motherfucker had dick down to his knee.
Hey, what did she say?
Okay.
Shit, no.
Because he would get, if you,
that was real.
He would get erections on stage when he was performing. And so people would just snap pictures. It's several pictures of him on hard. You know, you want me to send it to you?
Michael, I think I might. Look, why she got that? Y'all want to see that shit?
You want me? Wait, I can put it up to the camera if you want to see.
Y'all don't want to see. Let me see my lady say. Y'all nasty. Hey.
You want to see
it? You know what? Now, she joking about that, right? But now, really, if he had a 13-inch penis or 12-inch penis, you talking about that, you would devour a kid. There's no way around it. They would have stitches and all that other stuff, too. So I do believe that about the extortion stuff. I'm telling you guys now, because I had a case similar to that, some stuff going on with that. How are you going to say that someone did that? Because their insides are not going to be the same. And how every many people he got accused of doing that with, she trying to find them pictures, y'all. She better send them to me. Look at her. Hey, y'all can use that for a good meme right there. Look at her while she typing that. Yeah. That's something to think about. And everything she said about how they tried to set Michael Jackson up. Isn't that deep?
Can you see it?
Girl, they drew that.
No, yeah, they drew the line around him being hard in his pants. But I'll find you another one since that one ain't good enough for you.
Yeah, no, that's enough. But you know what? Most slim men got, they say big, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But she's showing you that private part to let you know that he got accused of that. And if he was like kids, if he's that big, like they say, a kid inside would be tore up, y'all. That's all she's saying with that. Right?
That's my whole point.
That's something to think about too, all those things that said. Because
in the movie, the boy said the last time that he had sex with Michael was the night before, and the next day he was playing with a camera that Michael Jackson gave him. And I'm like, he running around on the roof with this camera after Michael Jackson then fucked him in the ass. No, that's a lie. Because he wasn't running nowhere. That's from the Bad tour.
It got some kind of glaring.
Is it glaring? Here, let me put on my glass. Because I can't see.
We trying to get out on Michael Jackson, Weenie.
Okay.
Yep, I see. You can see, go back the other way. Yep, y'all see the little rhinestone?
Yeah, that's it, all the way down there. That was the Bad tour. And there's a video of Sheryl Crow who said her and the band members would make bets whenever they would sing I Just Can't Stop Loving You. They would make bets to see when Michael would get aroused during the show. Because when he would sing with her, he would get aroused. That's how they was able to take these pictures.
What made him aroused on that? What made him aroused on that picture right there? Who was he singing with?
Well, sometimes he would just get hard from dancing. I mean, he just, as an artist, musicians are very passionate about their work. and your soul is like an intimate thing. So sometimes you just get excited. I've done shows where I performed, and I felt something down there a little bit. Sometimes you just get excited. It's not like he's trying to be sexual per se, but when he out there dancing and gyrating and carrying on and getting all excited, he would get erections. I mean, people who went to see his concerts, it's obvious it was there. And this has been going on for a long time. This is how we know that they were lying.
Yeah, and that's true too, because
Michael Jackson was let me tell you another secret. Michael Jackson was uncircumcised. If you go look at his autopsy report, they would tell you that. But let me tell you how I've discovered all of this. I was watching one of his concerts and he just kept grabbing his crotch. And I'm like, this is very excessive. Why he keep grabbing his crotch 99 times? So I rewinded it back and I slowed it down because I'm doing a dick investigation. And I'm trying to figure out why he keep doing this. His dick would get stuck to his thigh when he was dancing, and he would grab his crotch to move it out of the way. But he tried to keep it sneaky so you couldn't pay attention to what he was doing. Now, he wasn't gonna tell nobody that, but you could clearly see it on the video.
But why he ain't wear drawers? So he ain't wear drawers, he wore G-strings. Miss Valerie, right? Like, damn, nigga, you ain't wear no drawers, no shit test.
Sometimes he would, like in those gold pants, sometimes he would wear boxers, but he would put on like these black underwears or black boxers underneath the pants, because one time his zipper came open. Baby, we was trying to see something, but we couldn't see nothing. He zipped it back up and started laughing. But I mean, you can clearly see there's a video of a girl that went on. She got picked to go on stage and she fell to her knees and she was hugging him. And girl, her cheek was all up on the dick. It's like she got a cheek full of dick. And you could tell when she got up, he was erect. I mean, he was a man. Just take the Michael Jackson factor out of it. He was a man. He was a man that loved women. He was a great person, loved to help people. And he just got caught up in these bad situations. A lot of the Jacksons go through that. For whatever reason, they seem to be drawn to, negative people. They just had a lot of negative people in their life.
Yeah, right cross say not Peter gazers. That's what we gonna gaze at, some Peters. We ain't trying to gaze at no booty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we are gazers.
But we talked about, I wanted to show you something, because we talked about getting Fred a holiday or a street sign. But I just wanted to show you that this was the holiday that I got. Let me see if it's on this side. This was signed by Lori Lightfoot, the last mayor. This was the holiday that I got for Shabadoo, and I can send you a copy of that.
Wow.
So this is what, right. And so then this one, because in the bio, it talks about the street signs and holidays I got. This is the one that I got for Michael Jackson in the state of Indiana. It has the seal on it. And Senator Melvin signed it at the bottom.
Wow.
And then when I came to LA, like I said, I wish I had known you. I got this. This is from Los Angeles City Council. This is for Open Door Skid Row Ministries. That's the lady Geraldine Hughes I was telling you about. They honored her. She feeds the homeless every Friday and Sunday on 6th and San Pedro and Skid Row. And I got Kevin DeLeon from District 14, Los Angeles City Council, to give this to her. And we also got one for Ola Ray, but this is the one for the 40th anniversary of the Thriller video. The 40th anniversary of the Thriller video was actually shot in District 14, down there in that little trucking district. And so we went down there and we had the presentation. Then we went to City Hall in Boyle Heights. So I definitely will, work with you when I come back to LA, because we're trying to do something for 40 years of breaking. But whatever you want to do in Fred's memory, I would certainly love to help you for that. Rerun, he broke a lot of boundaries. And that was the first time that we had ever seen somebody big like that who could do German splits, this guy was amazing. And what it did for the community. It showed the world that just because you a big person or you a fat person don't mean you can't move. I mean, Rerun was moving like Debbie out.
You're right.
You know?
You know, it's funny you said that because when I first met her, we went out to a club. And we went out to this club and I seen these little young girls that are talking cash shit like they was gonna sit him down and do him in. I went over and whispered and told him in his ear. I sat back and I just watched. He had them girls sweating on that floor. They didn't know what to do after he got through with them. They had to walk up off the floor. I laughed all the way back up there. Did he show him? He took both of them at one time. He was a character in a lot of ways. So I thank you humbly and graciously for that.
Well, what I'm trying to do, Miss Berry, is I am trying to align myself with as many, governors and judges and legislators, because I know a lot of judges. In fact, I've helped several judges win their seat because I'm a election campaign specialist. So I have helped different people running for office win their seats. And the most powerful person in legislation is a judge, because the judge swears in the president, the mayors, the governors, whatever office that you have to get sworn in to work in. A judge does that. Judges are the most powerful people. They're more powerful than the president. Because we can go back and talk about how when Donald Trump, when he first became president, and he had shut off the travel, and a judge in the state of Washington reversed he was the president and used executive power to stop people from coming over here. And a judge reversed it in 3 weeks.
See, so she just answered y'all question too. A lot of people ask, how are you able to do things? That's how this warrant was able to be on me in another state like that, because a judge wrote it. Whether it's fraudulent, what you do it or not, you can't do that from another state. The person has not been in the state. But like she said, the judges have the power. You know what I'm saying? But God has all power. So we got to realize that.
And we have to learn how to, another problem too, Essie, is that a lot of us are not voting for these judges. See, the judges are on the ballot. You don't take the time to get to know the judge. You don't look the judge up. You ain't went and looked at their cases to see what kind of people they are. A lot of these judges win by default because people are not voting because they don't know the judges. See, that's how the system distracts you. They want you to stay focused on, Biden and Trump and whoever your mayors or whatever. No, you need to go and look at these judges. That's what people need to be doing, because you will face a judge in your lifetime before you face a governor, a president, a mayor, a senator. Even if it's just a traffic ticket. See, and a lot of these judges don't need to be retained. Get them kicked off the bench. Some of them don't belong there. Let me tell you what happened over here. There was a man who lived around a corner from me, raped a 6-year-old girl. I was so upset. When I found that case, I put his picture all over the community. He got arrested, but it took them years to find the man because of the DNA. He wasn't in the system because he hadn't had a record. The judge, Luciano Panici Sr., I'm going to call him out because I called him out on it before. This judge gave this motherfucker bail. His bail was $200,000, which means all he had to come up with is $20,000. You gonna give bail to a motherfucker who raped a 6-year-old child? That judge don't need to be retained. He needs to be kicked off the fucking bench. And I would like to investigate and look at all those judges that signed anything pertaining to anything you do. Because these judges need to be investigated and put off the bench.
And be held accountable. So, and that's a lot of states, y'all. You can't believe how many women I have calling me how judges have violated them or took their babies or threw them out. And it's just like, you have no voice. You can tell you're very passionate, but I'm going to ask you something.
Yes,
you speak about racial. So you got both flexes. So you being biracial, white side and black side, that give you a more dominant way of in the circle to it.
I'm also part Native American, and there's another incident that I was telling you about for our Native American brothers and sisters. There was a Catholic school that had been molesting these children for years back in the 50s and 60s. Well, these people are grown now. Some of them have passed on. They had a class action lawsuit. They was trying to sue this entity, but South Dakota changed the law, and now they can't even sue. That's why getting a law passed is so important. Getting a law passed can hurt you or help you. It works both ways.
And see, people like that, ain't nothing just by chance. Because to know that me as a victim of stalking and going through what I bullying and gang stalking, people ask me how I go through it or how you went through it. That's another law that needs to be changed, or another law where, because people will commit suicide over some of the things I have, and that's why the therapists are watching too, because we're going to formulate something together that women will not have to go through this.
Hi, therapist.
Yeah, for sure. And then tomorrow, y'all, Therapy Thursday, to help us walk through certain things that we go through, because we are not doctors. We don't know how to go through that. I know how to fight. That's what I know how to do. Don't worry about how I talk.
And if SC too, like if people are making comments, I can't see it. So I'm like blind right now. So if they want to ask me some questions, you got to read the comments because I can't see it.
If not, they can click the link.
I'm trying to be cute.
Okay. But listen, you know what? Later on, you can go back down there and read some of the comments. And
I can answer their questions too.
Right. Because at the end of the day, they was just saying how beautiful you are. They like that you're doing. She said, I look for everything. She said, I look at everyone before I vote for them. That's good, Miss Valerie. City council member, judge, whatever. And voting in your local elections is so important. We have something here called Board of Review, and that's for people who have homes and they're the assessment dealing with their county assessors on the values of their home. So many people are paying high property taxes. And that's you know what, Essie, it just hit me. You know what would be really good for you to do? I am so sick and tired of seeing people on the street, laying on the street with tents and all of that in Los Angeles, in neighborhoods where people are paying $1,500 to $3,000 for rent, and they got to walk outside, and it's homeless people out on the sidewalk. You shouldn't even pay. I would organize my community and say, you know what? We are not paying our rent or our mortgages till they clean this mess up. That is ridiculous. There's a lot of empty buildings in Los Angeles and other surrounding areas. Like there's a hospital over off of Manchester. I'm not sure what's done with, you know what I'm saying? They can take a lot of those people and put them in buildings. All these damn empty buildings. They can take a lot of these people out the street, but a lot of people like to be homeless like that.
Yeah, well, your new mayor, Karen Bass, has cleaned it up. I give her some credit. She's cleaned up a lot of it. And unfortunately, we do have people in this world, like I see a lot of homeless veterans, and I talk to them. And I say, well, how can you be homeless when the government has programs to take care of you? Well, they don't want to follow the government's rules.
Right, exactly.
And some of their rules are ridiculous. Oh. So it's a double-edged sword. It works both ways. See, the government, in their mind, what they try to do is control people. And the people are not going to take kindly to being controlled, but they're very manipulative. They put this, like all these little government subsidies, they keep putting all this free money out. Let me tell you something. You have people out here say, well, money will solve a lot of problems. I want to show you something, Essie. If everybody in this country, every single person in this country got $1 million, this economy would sink. Everything would stop. I'm gonna tell you why. If you was working at Starbucks or McDonald's or Walmart and got $1 million, you ain't coming to work no more.
I would.
But how many people would?
I just want to keep my job and still stack out that millionaire.
All these honey, the migrants they would have to hire migrants because a lot of people wouldn't even go back to work.
That's true.
I mean, look at what happened with COVID. Do you know how many people are so short-staffed Motherfuckers have been lying. This was a couple of years ago. They was lying, saying that they had COVID so they didn't have to go to work.
I know. I saw that.
It's just, why would you put a disease like that in your body and lie like that? Because when you do that, Yahweh end up giving you something. You gonna lie and say you got COVID, you might end up catching that in a heart attack. Look at what happened to Harvey Weinstein. He got sentenced to 22 years in jail, in prison, and got COVID. Did you know he caught COVID?
Nope. He like he been here some though.
Yep, he caught COVID. See, and I'm gonna tell you, all these people out here thinking the powers that be, all these powerful entities, baby. Ain't nobody, ain't nothing in this world more powerful than Yahweh Elohim, Lord God. He will bring you down. Harvey Weinstein was one of the most powerful producers in Hollywood. People were afraid of that man. Look at what Yahweh did, brought him all the way down. So all this here, people need to quit playing. They need to get serious. You are a serious activist. I'm a serious activist. You had all these women out here, sis, protesting because they were going to overturn Roe versus Wade. No, they didn't know how to protest. You know what a protest is? If y'all motherfuckers even think about overturning some shit affecting our bodies, y'all ain't getting no more pussy. If every woman in this country went on a sex strike, they would not have overturned Roe versus Wade.
Hey, amen. 10 years, y'all. Well, y'all can overturn that shit because I ain't having no more no way.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm talking about the people that was complaining about it. Right. And there's another thing. Roe versus Wade meant that you could get an abortion anywhere in the country. That was a federal law. You can still get an abortion at the state level. If your state don't offer abortions, you just go to another state. That's what people been doing anyway. They just been going to another state. But the point I'm trying to make, I wasn't trying to get all caught up in that. The point I'm trying to make is, if you truly want to protest, know where your power is. Your power is in your pussy, and your power is in the dollar bill. Okay? That's what pimp stands for. Power in my pussy. That's pimp right there.
Watch outside. Whoa. Wow.
Well, I mean, imagine what would happen. Imagine what would happen if African American people say, you know what, we ain't shopping at Walmart no more. Walmart would go out of business. They would go out of business. They couldn't survive without the. Listen, you cannot survive in this country without the black dollar. The only people that may be able to survive without the black dollar is them people that got them real expensive boutiques somewhere on Fifth Avenue, where only, rich African American people go in there. And that's it. Major corporations like Walmart, Target, all of that, they rely on working class people. The power is in you withdrawing your dollars.
Yeah, they like that. They say she ain't lying. That's for real. It's PIMP. How am I? How am I, baby? Hey, daddy.
That's right, sis.
Yes. Y'all have a back. I love this. Keep it real. That's what you do. You ain't got to watch your mouth because you're an activist. We know who we talking to. This
girl, I'm always cursing and carrying on, acting a fool. I just know where I can do it. Like, you allow me to say anything on your show. There are other shows that they don't allow that. So I always try to find out. I've watched your show, so I know you didn't say all kind of crazy stuff. So I'm like, I know I can say whatever I want to say on Essie's show. I feel very comfortable because I know that if I go on other shows, I can't.
You know what? Then that means that they're limiting you for being yourself. That's just like when you marry a man and you want me to walk cute all day around the house all day. Nigga, I don't walk cute around the house all day. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Some days may be a bad day. Don't become playing with me. You supposed to be, then that's where we mess up at. We see these people on TV, and that's a thing that they want you to see. That's why I come all the way around circle, you guys, with realness. And so when she was talking, I was like, I like that because she damn real. An activist. Yeah, we better get some gangster activists up in here.
Got to be. And you know, another thing too, Essie, because and I know that, you know, both of us are gonna be there in the next few years. We got to protect our seniors. Our seniors are very powerful, and our seniors are the ones that vote, but they get treated horribly too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it would make no sense for a senior. Girl, I see 75 and 80-year-old women at the grocery store bagging groceries.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest with you with that. I'm still yes, ma'am, no, sir. I don't like to pay hard on what to elderly. And also, if you don't know, I want to put it out there, sister. Like, I work with a lot of different nonprofits. So I got one that for elderly, if they need beds, canes, walkers, wheelchairs, any of that type of sources, help with
them. If you know anybody in this area, I just got an order to go pick up like 20 boxes of Depends. So I got a lot of Depends. And if you want me to ship them, you just got to pay the shipping cost. If you know some people who need them, I got 20 boxes of Depends.
Okay, you ain't got to sit with State. We got you. We can talk about all that now. Yeah. I want to let you know I love your positive energy. I love, like she said, wait a minute, Nancy, tried to defend that nigga. Wait a minute, Nancy, did you see him pay for something? Wait a minute. But I like that. That's how activists, that's what it is. Regardless of how we feel about it, I've never seen any money exchange hands from nobody to nobody. So let me take that off the table. But I know now my sister, yeah.
But you know what? I got to correct myself too, and I got to practice what I preach. I cannot say for sure, because I said the same thing to you. I got to also put it back on myself. I can't say for sure if somebody is paying Wade and Jimmy. That's what I believe. That's not a fact. That's my opinion. Because why would you sit up here and lie like this for 10 years unless somebody is paying you? I believe that. I have no proof of it, but I believe that's what it is. But the truth is going to come out. Everybody going to find out because they're getting ready to go to trial. They just had a hearing. And girl, let me tell you, the guy that made the documentary, he sent one of his flunkies into my message box to recruit me to be in his documentary for the trial. I made a video and cursed his ass out so bad. How dare you? I said, bring your motherfucking ass to the south side of Chicago, motherfucker, if you want to talk to me.
Yeah, hey, real
baby, we don't play up here. They don't call us Chirac for no reason.
Chirac in the house. Listen, at the end of the day, you guys, real is what real does. Like I like the realness of people. I don't like when people procrastinate like they something they're not. And the females didn't know y'all had a pimp between y'all as PIP, PIMP, PIMP.
Power in my pussy.
Yeah. What was it again? One more time.
PIP, PIMP, pimp. Power in my pussy. We'll get some t-shirts.
So now y'all ain't got to go get no.
Okay, and we put it on video. We're gonna get some t-shirts that say power in my pussy, and we'll split the money.
Yeah. You know, listen, y'all, you ain't got to go get no pimp. Now you got it between your legs. Get up out here and let some other dude do that to you. Hey, a lot of times people don't understand, nor do people know. It's the realness that you keep within yourself that makes you who you are. You can tell that we could be balanced together and fight and go for another day. So it's going to be really powerful working with you. I really hate that I didn't get you sooner, but I believe right now was the time, like we said, it was supposed to be done.
Now was the time.
Yeah.
Hashtag Safeway Perjury Bill, all one word. I'm going to, Essie, I sent you the bill. So if you could post it somewhere, I'm going to post it on my Twitter feed. I'm going to come back and look at the comments and let everybody know what's going on, because they'll need to have it so they can send it to the people that can make a difference with it.
Well, you just tell me what I need to do, and I'll put a little video together to go with it. And there's certain parts of this where you talked about it. Can you say the name again? Give it to me.
It's hashtag Safe Wade Perjury Bill. This is a no statute of limitations on perjury. We want this bill to be passed federally. And we're asking everyone to get in contact with their congressional reps and their U.S. senators, as well as their local legislators, because we need to get this bill passed. Once this bill is passed, that means everyone who committed perjury will go to jail.
Would this be just state or would this be nationwide?
No, okay. Well, I want the bill to be passed federally, but we may have to start with some states. Like I'm working with the state of Indiana. Julie Altoff is helping me amend it so it can be passable for 2025. So whatever state you're in, talk to your state representative and your state senator, but also reach out to your congressional reps because that's federal. See, the reason why you are so important is because you live in Los Angeles where all this shit is taking place.
Right.
So you are the glue for this. Like you can reach out to Maxine Waters or whoever is your congressional rep, your state rep, and your state senator to get this ball rolling. See, you got a lot of power there because this is where we really need to pass it. It happened in California.
Got it.
And I sent it to my auntie Maxine. She told me when I met her, I sent her the defamation of deceased bill, but she hadn't gotten back to me. Like a lot of these people are real busy. And if you don't harass them, like right now, it's election season. So they trying to appeal to their constituents. So now is the time where they may be interested because it makes them get votes. That's what I'm saying. This is the perfect year to push this.
Yeah, and that's true, you guys. The perfect year to push laws into effect. But 2025 going in, make them like stand accountable and held accountable for it.
They want your motherfucking vote. What the fuck you gonna do for me, motherfucker, if I vote for you and get you in office?
Period. And
because the seat that they sit in is not theirs. It belongs to the people. They're just a representative for the people. So what you gonna do for us? We want this law passed. See, people be playing around, Essie, and I'm not trying to keep you no longer. You might want to go.
No, we good, baby. We good. I'll go ahead.
But see, people be playing around. And what I mean by that is, how many people have gone to the steps of the White House, the monument, the congressional buildings, and hundreds of thousands of people saying, pass this law. We are not leaving these steps until you pass this law.
I got my bullhorn. They
don't do that. These people will go to the White House and protest. They are all upset over this, that, and the other, but they never have a fucking plan. Here is a list of laws. We want these motherfuckers passed. Them people that stormed the White House, they should have had laws in their hand that they wanted passed. Motherfuckers be out here playing and making noise and ain't got no plan. Now, just like you was talking about Steve Harvey, let me say this. Steve Harvey told Monique, he made a very good point. He said when she was trying to boycott Netflix, she said, where's the plan of action? Was we going to get picket signs or cancel subscription? People be out here trying to boycott a cause and don't have a plan of action to come up with the resolution. No, the plan of action and the resolution is we boycotting. You need to pass these laws. And we ain't going nowhere till you pass these laws. We ain't going to pay our taxes. We're not going to pay our rent. We're not going to pay our mortgage. We're not going to shop in your stores until you do right by us.
And if
that's how you get shit done. And yeah,
them motherfuckers have that mentality.
They'll try to kill me for saying that, but I got life insurance.
At the end of the damn day, though, that's why civil rights activists stand for what they do or what they believe in. I don't know what y'all image of a civil rights activist is. A civil rights activist is a person who don't take no shit. A civil rights activist is a person who ain't gonna take no. A civil rights activist is a person gonna keep on going no matter what it is, because we have something to change. And if you don't change it, who gonna change it? Many of the laws will change for people that we've never even met, that's gone to another land. We want to be able to do the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So right now is the time that we can make so much changes, and we can do it in a way that will be positive. And everybody is in a state. How strong are you to move something for your state? And the good part, you ain't got to take your ass out the house. All you got to do is this whole conversation, listening to it, and think about how many of our people that got locked up, trying to be locked up, may even get locked up because of situations like this. So let me show you, for example. Something happened with a young man and his girlfriend. Make a long story short, yeah, I think he tried to put her away, and then somebody came in and they attacked him. He defended himself, but it's almost a 4-year charge. He just beat him down. But in the paperwork, I noticed today, mentally, emotionally, physically, he had PTSD, he had anxiety, he had other issues for the court to look over for 4 years. And God just changed this man's judge about a week ago. So it took 4 years. He did have a public defender, and you're going to tell me that he can't have a public defender now? He will get one, because nobody ever pointed out the fact that he was mental. He had certain other things. He was up under certain doctor's care, and you're just going to throw him in prison like that, and you're just going to let this person lie and not look at everything. So those are the things that make me know that we're in the right direction. And even this show tonight, this is what makes me know why I keep on being an activist. Don't worry about what nobody say. I got to get to the finish line and help my people any way we can. And things like this, you know how many laws will get reversed if this happens? You know how many cases will be reopened and re-looked at and
re-analyzed? I'm glad you're breaking it down like this, sis, because I do have provisions in there. We may come across some cases when they start reopening some of these cases, because the way it's going to work, someone who was involved in the case has to suspect perjury, and then they have to file a perjury charge with the case, and then they can do their investigation. Now, in some situations, there may be people who did commit perjury because they were threatened, where their life or their family was threatened if they had told the truth, and so they lied. So we have provisions in there for, to if it's proven that those people were coerced into committing perjury because their life was at stake, then yes, they will not go to jail, because it's been proven that they lied under duress. So I do have some provisions in the law. When you create these laws, you got to have stipulations and provisions in there. And I just want to encourage everyone to really start taking a look at themselves. And if there's an injustice or something that's wrong, research that. Create your own laws, create your own bills, and get them to the people who can pass it. Hell, run for office yourself. I mean, I'm considering going to law school. This is what happened to one of the sisters in the Michael Jackson community. This young lady went to law school and became a lawyer. She ended up filing a lawsuit against Sony and the Michael Jackson estate, because the album that they put out in 2010 called Michael, which was the first album they put out after he got out of the flesh, 3 of the songs on there wasn't even him. She proved in the court with they had a forensic musicologist, and they proved that that was not Michael Jackson on 3 of those songs, and the judge made them remove that album from all the streaming services. Ain't that some powerful shit?
See, that's what I'm talking about. When you really a deep activist and you know the law. Now, the reason why I've been offered to work at law firms, I'm going to be joining up with a team of people on a criminal case, right? But the only bad part I hate about that, you can't go from state to state. Now, there's a bar that I can take and I can work nationwide. Yeah, I'll become a lawyer. Give me that transition of
Well,
that.
ain't Ben Crump working nationwide?
But you gotta be licensed every state. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. Just like being a hairstylist or a nurse or doctor, you still have to go get registered in those states because certain criteria are a little different, and that's how they make their money too. You guys.
And see, listen, I would definitely, first of all, I would encourage you to run for office, and I also would encourage you to get your law degree there. California, yeah, I definitely for sure, because you could do so much there. You could do so much there. And now that I've developed a relationship with Kevin DeLeon's office, okay, I got a relationship with them now because they gave me these certificates. And I just reached out to the other councilman, I think it's District 11. I'm trying to get a street sign for breaking there where Turbo did the little broom dance. So I'm trying to see if they'll pass that through because it's the 40th anniversary. But if not, I know they'll give me a certificate. So on May 4th, you need to meet me on the corner of Melrose and Holotrop because we're going to have a celebration there with the broom dance for the 40th anniversary of breaking.
Well, do you got Michael? You got Michael information to get in touch with him? Turbo?
Yes, I know. He's a client of mine.
Okay, good deal.
Do you know him?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Yeah, they just had a screening. They just did a 40th anniversary screening of Breaking 2. And I was like surprised that they did it so early because Breaking 2 didn't come out till December. But Breaking 1 came out May 4th, 1984. So that's why we doing it on that corner.
Oh, okay. Okay, you know what?
Well, I definitely, you gotta come.
You going in out, but what you said?
I said, you definitely gotta be there. You gotta come.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things that's transition now that I would love to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I have people asking a lot of times. Only thing I want to tell you with the lawyer.
Are there any murals in LA of Fred?
No, it's not.
So we gotta get a mural of him painted.
Yeah, that's a good thing. This is the other thing too. Can you hear me? Because you're going in and out a little bit.
Yes, I can hear you.
When you just said that, if people didn't know, y'all might need to go back. It was back in the day when breaking was really heavy and big. It's breaking. Part 1 and part 2. But I love that this queen is allowing our history to be told. And it's not just his story, it's her story too. Because there are a lot of Black females that are not honored and told and being done went through things. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type thing that we really.
You went out. You still there? Essie? Oh, wow. I didn't realize, I didn't have my glasses on, y'all. I didn't realize I've been on here for almost 3 hours, but this has been a great show. And I wanted to show Essie and show you guys, this was a mural of Shabadoo because, Shabadoo was in the lockers, just like Fred Berry was part of the lockers. And so when we gave Shabadoo a street sign here in Chicago, and we got permission from the city council to paint a mural of him, which is on 63rd and Wallace up under the train, the viaduct. So I want to show you guys that picture, and that's what I was looking for. And I guess Essie got some kind of technical problem that happened here. But I wanted you guys to see this because it was just I worked really hard to get Shabadoo this street sign. It started with a holiday, and he passed away before we can get the holiday done. So we ended up doing both. And we did the holiday in 2021, and he got the street sign in 2022. So this is the trying to see if you guys can see that okay. That's the mural that's painted of a Shabadoo that we painted on 63rd and Wallace in Chicago, right in the heart of Inglewood. It's that one. And then I'll show you guys the this is another mural of him because when he was a Soul Train dancer, he was known as Sir Lancelot. Okay, so this one, I don't think you can see it too well. Okay, let me show you the street sign. So this is me on the news. You have to work under another layer in the state or city. Okay. So that's Shab's street sign, and that's us on the news talking about the street sign. That's me at the bottom there. The D-Ham show. You have to work under another lawyer in that state or city. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yes, that is right. Thank you so much for sharing that. You're absolutely right. You connect with the lawyers in that state or city. And hi Valerie. I just put my glasses on. I said, you know what, honey? I'm not, it's over now. I ain't gotta be cute.
Sister,
oh, I'm so sorry. You didn't know Shabadoo passed? Girl, we were so devastated. Let me tell you, I gotta tell Miss Valerie what happened, Essie. So
okay,
in 2020, in November of 2020, I had my 50th anniversary. Well, let me just wait a minute. Let me go back. Let me start back. Okay. During, COVID has shut a lot of stuff down. And 2020 commemorated the 50th anniversary of Soul Train. For those of you who may not know, Soul Train actually started in Chicago at the Board of Trade building. Shabadoo and his sister Fawn were born and raised in Chicago in Cabrini Green projects. Those are the projects that you see in the opening credits of Good Times, those buildings. They're no longer there. They're all torn down, okay? So Shabadoo came on my 50th anniversary of Soul Train. Well, what happened was I was trying to have the 50th anniversary of Soul Train in Chicago in the park because we were doing all our events outside because of COVID. So I reached out to Linda Clifford. I reached out to Jerry Butler. I reached out to people that was on Soul Train in Chicago that was still alive because a lot of people have passed on. Well, and I reached out to Marshall Thompson of the Shylight. Marshall said he wasn't coming out. Linda said she wasn't coming out because both of them are senior citizens. So I had to respect that. So what happened was we couldn't do the Soul Train 50th anniversary in the park because I wanted to have a big Soul Train line around the park. They didn't want to come. So I ended up doing the show online. I had Frida Payne. I had Linda Clifford, because both of them had been on Soul Train. And the interesting thing about that, Linda Clifford was on the Soul Train that was in LA, and she lived in Chicago. And Frida Payne, who lived in LA, flew to Chicago to be on the Soul Train in Chicago. So when Soul Train started, August 17th, 1970 was the first episode. There are no video footage of it. It was a live show. They have no video footage of Soul Train in Chicago where it was live. They just have pictures. Okay. And I actually have a copy of the original Soul Train script that was given to me by the director because I had the director come on the show. He was 20, he was 70 when I interviewed him. And so Shabadoo had trouble getting onto the live feed where we can see his face. So he called in. And when he called in, I said, the city of Chicago honored me with my own holiday. April 16th is Madam Ambassador of House and Electronic Dance Music Day in Chicago. I wanted to pay that forward and start honoring other impactful people. So what happened was I told him, I said, look, you have grown into this godfather of street dance. You came. I mean, y'all don't understand this man's story. Shabadoo grew up in the projects. He was half Puerto Rican and half African American, and his sister said they got some Italian, Irish, all kind of stuff. They all mixed up, like me. Everybody mixed breed. Let me tell you something. The disciples was trying to recruit him, and the Latin King. The gangs, biracial, the gangs was trying to recruit him. So his mother wanted to get her children out of the project, so they moved to LA. Now, I asked his sister Fawn when I interviewed her, because I did a tribute show to him on Mother Diva's House TV series. That's my YouTube page. I got a ton of videos up there. A lot of stuff is up there. So I asked her, oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. I asked Fawn, I said, well, did y'all go from the frying pan into the skillet? I said, because you went from the projects of Chicago to living in like South Central areas of LA. And I said, weren't you gonna encounter the same thing? And she said, no, because all the gangbangers danced on Soul Train. So they all was on Soul Train. All was on Soul Train. So I told him I wanted to give him this holiday, which I showed it earlier, but this holiday. And he was excited about it. A month later, Valerie, he passed away. I was so devastated. I made this video. I was in tears. And that's what I'm saying. You never know when your time is up, y'all, and we got to love on each other. We just got to hold each other and love on each other, because you just never know when it's going to happen. I mean, this man just dropped dead. And he was 65 years old. And apparently he had passed away from clogged arteries. So there was something going on with his heart. And it really tripped me out, because he was a dancer, And so in Chicago, you can only get a street sign if you're deceased. They may give it to you under certain circumstances if you're still alive. Like they'll most likely give one to Quincy Jones. We've been trying to get Quincy Jones a holiday in the street sign for a long time. But connecting with Quincy, and I hope somebody can get this to Quincy, because Quincy, I got a big gift for you that I've been trying to get to you. But they'll probably give it to him because he's like 91. But other than that, you have to be deceased in Chicago to get a street sign. They changed that law in 2018. This is what I'm saying. People passing laws, changing laws, city ordinances, all of that. Let me see what somebody say. Yeah, what Valerie said. That's right. We don't know the day or the hour. So what happened was I put in for the street sign, but what happened was the street sign I put in for was in the 27th ward where Cabrini Green was. But the alderman Barnett is in that ward, and he's a colleague of mine. There was a list, because each alderman or each city council member only gets 2 street signs a year. So he didn't have any available. Well, Harv Roman, who was a radio personality in Chicago and a good colleague of Shabadoo, went to the 1st ward alderman, because that's where he went to school. It all used to be the 27th ward, but they redistricted it and broke it off into different wards. So we went to Alderman Daniel Laspada, and he was the one that pushed the street sign through. So now Shabadoo has a street sign. I actually named the street sign, and it's called Adolfo Shabadoo Quinones Way. And it's on the corner of Ohio and Walcott in Chicago. But actually, it's not. I believe they took the Ohio part off, and they put Shabadoo's street sign there. So if you guys ever get a chance to come to Chicago, please come and take a picture with the sign. We're going to be having his birthday celebration at the sign on May 11th, because we're doing a screening here in Chicago of Breaking and Breaking 2. So yeah, Val, I know it was a devastating blow to everybody when we lost Shabadoo. And I actually was the one that gave him a public memorial, because his family didn't do a public memorial. So I turned my 50th birthday party into a tribute to him. And I had Soul Train dancers, break dancers, all kind of people come down. It was at the Regency West in Los Angeles on February 10th of 2021. That was his public tribute that we had for him. And that video is also on my YouTube page. But this is what I want to do. I want to honor impactful people. I want to make sure impactful people are getting their flowers while they're still here. You probably never heard of anybody who is a liaison like me that get people honorary street signs and holidays. That's what I do. I get people honorary street signs and holidays. I got Jewel a holiday, the first lady of Death Row Records, the one that would sing the hooks in the background. Oh yeah, Death Row is in the house. That's Jewel. She's from Chicago. She got her holiday on the corner of 63rd and Ashland on her birthday last year. I don't play around. I'm out there. I'm doing it. I'm in the streets. I'm not just sitting behind. I'm not no computer thug or phone thug. I'm out there in the streets making a difference, making it happen. And that's what we all have to do. Where you at, Essie? I'm looking for you.
Hey, I was letting you run this show.
Look at you. You back there. Let me talk.
No, I'm okay. You know what? I'm gonna take this part of Shabba-Do and put it out, because when I found out he had passed away, I really felt some kind of way too.
Ooh,
I really
girl, that upset me so I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was a low blow, because it ain't but two lockers that they're saying left now. That's Slim, which I know how to get in touch with him. And then Tony Basil. Hey, Mickey, you so fine, you blow my mind. Okay, them two, the only two left.
Fluky Luke is gone too?
I ain't sure. Not Fluky Luke, maybe. I'm not sure. Because, like, when I found out Don Campbell had passed away, that was a couple years ago. And then Don Campbell.
That's where the name came from, Campbell Lock.
I know, exactly, right. It's a whole story behind there when they wanted to do a movie about Fred life's story, too.
And I also want to let people know, because a lot of people don't know this, but Michael Jackson got the kick from the lockers.
Like what?
The kick. You know how he would kick his leg?
Yeah.
He learned that from the lockers. He worked with all those people. All those people had influenced him. Boogaloo Shrimp Turbo taught him called liquid motion, the side slash, the circular slash, popping taco, popping Pete. All those. Michael Jackson had 40 different choreographers and dance teachers. He learned all of that stuff from them.
See, this is how you learn history. This is how you make history. This is how you tell history. And these are things that people we really need to be educated on, for sure, because dancing is a part of our Black history and so much more to the culture.
Absolutely.
Because I want to give people a chance.
I'm just so glad I got you in LA. See, I didn't know you was in Los Angeles. I thought you was in DC.
No.
So now that I know you in LA, oh, girl, it's on, because I can tell you where to go, who to talk to, who to get this stuff passed, all this. I mean, now I got somebody in LA that's an activist. Like all my other people in LA are either entertainers or, they doing other stuff. But you are actually an activist that I know in Los Angeles. So it's on now. Hello? I'm so tired of this technology. This should be going. Are you there?
I am.
Oh, okay.
No. Hey, y'all, I'm going to be cooking me some fish. I thought I was going to be through because you was.
Girl, you out.
Child, this was good.
You know what? Sis, you got to teach me how to use StreamYard, because on my platform, I use something called Be Live. And I prefer to StreamYard. Seems like it's much better, but I don't know how to use it. I got to learn how to use StreamYard.
You know, sister, we're going to be doing so much work together. It's going to be, phenomenal what we get ready to do. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very glad you came on the show tonight. When I say it was lit, it was lit. Now you made me feel like you know how I be acting, and sometimes I say shit. People try to define what an activist is supposed to be like or act like. An activist is supposed to win. That's what you need to worry about.
You know what? Let me tell you something, sis. We are not responsible for how other people think. How they think is their business. We just got to keep doing what we doing. Right. A lot of people don't understand. We as activists will get mistreated, and people will say all these things about us, but that's because they don't understand the process. They don't understand the assignment. They don't understand what we have to go through to get things done. An activist risks their life. I have put my life on the line to tell people things that will save them. I know I'm a target. Somebody can kill me. I know that. That's why I got 2 life insurance policies. But you can kill my flesh, you can't kill my spirit. And I know I got a swarm of angels around me to protect me. I mean, I feel them. I can't see these motherfuckers because they're invisible, but I feel them, you know. So my thing is, we're putting our life on the line to save you. That should be respected.
Period.
But you have people who are low in the mind. You're dealing with slave mentalities. You're dealing with no mentalities. You're dealing with people that get easily influenced by a bunch of bullshit. People don't do their homework. They don't want to do their research. They just want to buy all this stupidity. And then when shit go left, you know, you sitting around trying to figure out what happened. Look at all the shit the problems you created. There are problems that's being created just by people not being quiet. You got to know when to be quiet and you got to know when to make the noise.
Say it, sister. Say
now,
it.
You got all these people coming out with all these. See, this is what I want you to understand, sis, when we're talking about passing a law. The lawsuit that was with Cassie, the lawsuits that's been coming up with all of these celebrities, you know why they filed a lawsuit? Because somebody passed a law that said they could. And the one in New York, you had 1 year. Go look, people, y'all watching this, go look it up. New York passed a law that says you can sue somebody who sexually assaulted you, but you had until a specific time to do it. That's why all them lawsuits came out of nowhere. That's why getting a law passed is extremely powerful. We ain't heard these people. Listen, somebody filed a lawsuit against Jermaine Jackson saying that he sexually assaulted her 35 years ago. Wow. Well, why you ain't reported back then?
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to drop a bombshell. I'm getting ready, before you go, I'm getting ready to tell you something that happened to me.
Wait a minute, let me go ahead.
Okay. When I was working on the set of Ally McBeal, I played the church lady. My job was to run up and down the aisle screaming hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, all that. We was doing a scene with actress Diane Cannon. Diane Cannon pinched me on my ass. Now, I could have screamed, hollered, sued David E. Kelly Productions, acted a fool. It probably would have made me more famous. I didn't do none of that. I was in shock. And if I had done that to her, I probably would have been fired and arrested. But I didn't say anything then. So why should I wait 30 years later and file a lawsuit against her and David Kelly because she pinched my ass? No, I'm not going to do that. I know she was playing with me. It was just a joke. Yes, she was wrong. And had she been a man, I probably would have slung her around them Panavisions. Okay. And I'm not gay. I'm strictly dickly, but I'm just saying I knew what place it was coming from. She's like, I see your cute little booty running up and down. And then she just pinched me. And I'm like, oh my God, the Diane Cannon just pinched my ass. But the point I'm trying to make is I didn't report it then. I didn't file a lawsuit then. And I'm not going to do it now. I'm just sharing my story. When shit happens to you, you need to report that. Now, in some cases, these women did go report it and nothing happened. So this is why this show is important. If something has happened to you and you did go to the police and file a report and they did nothing, then you go to the news. You go to the media. That's how you handle that. Because look at what's happening with Donald Trump. This woman came out and sued him for $83 million, won a case talking about he sexually assaulted her in the dressing room at some department store 99 years ago when Moses was in the 3rd grade. Where's your proof? So that means you could just sue people, say they fucked you and raped you and get paid. Where's your proof? How come you didn't scream? You in the dressing room backed up against the wall and wait, get this, sis. Let me show you how the law works. It specifically said it was not rape. It was a sexual assault because he used his fingers. That don't even make no sense. If I shove my finger up in your vagina, it's still rape just because it ain't my dick. This is how they try to trick people and put one over on people. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out, because I'm investigating this, because I'm a dickologist, cockology, 101, all this. Now I'm in the dressing room and I'm backed up against the wall. Ain't no motherfucker gonna be able to stick his fingers up in my pussy unless he got me at gunpoint, knife point, in a chokehold, some kind of shit.
Not a chokehold.
You can't just run up in my pussy like that. And even if you try, baby, my pussy's strong enough as a vice grip. I be done broke your fingers with my walls.
Point blank, period, simple. She said what she said. Woman to woman, laid it all out on the line tonight.
Now, I want to be clear. I am not defending Donald Trump, because this is what I'm looking at the situation of a woman is saying a man sexually assaulted her in a dressing room and shoved his fingers in her pussy. I want to know how that happened and why you didn't scream. So that's what I'm trying to tell people now. Whether you a man or woman, it don't matter, because it's a lot of people in same-sex assaults too. When you are assaulted, get your rape kit, get as much information as you can, file your report, take it to the state's attorney, take it to your public servants, and if justice is not served, go to the news. That's what you got to do.
They love you because you so wrong for this, right, Cross?
That lady just said, yeah, not to fight the pussy.
You know you wrong for that. Hey, but you know what? It's telling the truth. Because now listen, I do got some paperwork showing that he did violate someone. I'll send it to you. It was Trump.
You talking about Donald Trump?
And what's the white boy supposed to count himself from the island?
No, listen, I'm not saying that he ain't done some shit in his life.
Right,
I'm just talking about, what? All these people are coming out with stuff because of it all boils down to that law passing. That's why it's so important to pass a law. Once a law is passed, we can enforce that shit. Not all of y'all lying ass motherfuckers is going to jail. And you know what, Essie? I wrote a provision in the law that says I wanted it backdated 99 years. That means motherfuckers that's deceased, like Carolyn Doman Bryant, will create a database and put perjury as a crime on her record as a deceased person. That's how serious I am about this shit. Michael Jackson was the most successful business entertainer in the world and the most disrespected. And these people, you just gonna let these people run around and do this damn shit to this man? No, that's my husband, girl. I ain't letting you fuck with Michael Jackson like that. Me and you, we gonna have a problem.
And you know what, you guys, when she said that does make sense on that level with that woman. I would have to read the whole thing, but I'm gonna tell you some stuff behind closed doors because I know some stuff still going on with that. At the end of the day,
I ain't saying Trump don't act like an asshole, because he do. He's very narcissistic.
Right.
Did you see them damn tennis shoes he put out?
Somebody put them out online. I saw the Gola shoes or whatever they were, his own little gym shoes.
Girl, they sold out in 2 hours.
I hope he stand for us like that when everything happens. I have to say too, if this was a black man and all this shit had went on, he would have already been disqualified.
Like you said, you read the court document where the young girl said that both Trump and Epstein raped her. Well, I'm talking about
that's
the lady
2 different cases. Yeah, I got those cases right there. I got those, Doc. I'll send them to you.
Right.
But this right here, what she talking about, helped that chick in New York won her case. I'm just telling you, because he act like he ain't never did shit. Fuck what we talk about. No, we heard, nigga. There was a 15-year-old girl involved. I don't give a fuck what you running for. And I took those documents. I sent them to her.
What does that mean, Mama Watts? I'm not.
Well, not that what I do. No, I'm just passing them all.
I was trying to understand what the Ham Show was saying. I don't understand what he's saying, Mama Watts. I'm not discussing none of the conversation with you. I don't.
So, hey, listen, sometimes they be having their own damn conversation in the box. So don't pay
Oh, okay.
yeah. Sometimes they have their own conversation in the box.
Okay.
What I am going to do, you guys, I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to chop this up some because I love what she showed about Shabba-Do. I love that artwork too with Shabba-Do. I know he's looking.
You saw it, the mural? Yeah,
Yes.
that was painted by Milt Coronado. He does victims of gun violence murals all over the world. And also, too, I just also want to let you know this too, because a lot of people don't know this. There was there's to tag graffiti paintings now is considered a federal crime. So when you get these artwork, I don't know how it works in California, but here in Chicago, you can register your mural with the city, and if somebody tags it, they can get arrested. Of course, you have to find the person. So I don't know if they have that same law in Los Angeles, but I honestly don't believe somebody would actually tag, a mural of Fred. I think people will be respectful. I mean, this mural is in the hood. It's in Inglewood, which is the hood of Chicago, and no one has tagged it. And I mean, the alderwoman over there, Jeanette Taylor, she said everybody just loves it. They drive past, they take pictures of it. It beautified her community. And that's what I want to do, work with a lot of graffiti artists around the world and just beautify the community. Let's, make our communities look beautiful. These artists are amazing.
You know what? I just respect you and honor you so much and let me give you your flowers for the people that you have helped, for the things that you've done, for the Jackson family, for Shabba-Do, and all these other people. I just say that you are awesome. And I think that you are an angel in disguise. And God has so much more work for you to do. I am honored to be going to be working with you. You ain't have to worry about me missing no more of your phone calls or your emails or your text messages, child.
You are busy, honey. I don't take it personally.
Oh, okay. So now I'm going to mute myself for a minute. I want to come all the way off the screen before we get off, right? But I want them to really explain to you your thing around your neck and what you're promoting and stuff, and all your websites.
Oh, okay.
I want you to explain where they can locate you at, that around your neck, what it costs to make it. I'm gonna go down to I want one. Do it open up? Is it a purse?
No, it's just a symbol for house music. So I actually have videos. I have a video on my Facebook. I'm gonna actually edit it and put it together so I can so people can see. But I made a video of me making it live. So what happened was it would be my 20th anniversary next year of wearing these houses. So in 2005, the king of house music, Farley Jack Master Funk, which he also has a street sign, but he got his sign before they changed the law. In 2017 and back, you were able to get a street sign and still be alive. But Shaka Khan has one too. We're very good in Chicago about honoring our own. So Farley was having a Martin Luther King house music tribute. And I said, oh, I want to get something to represent house music. So I found a little toy house in the store and started wearing the house, and it just caught on. And so then in 2012, I was a member of the Grammys because I joined the Grammys because I was working with Steve Still Curley, who is one of the pioneers of house music. He was the president of the Chicago chapter of NARIS, which is the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, which is the Grammys. And so he got me involved, and because I wanted to do music education. And so then I joined the Grammys. And then when I actually went to the Grammys in 2012, I asked my mother, she's no longer with us, but I asked my mother to bling my house out. So she blinged it out for me, and she made me two. I had a little stone house. You can see it on my Grammy video. If you go to my YouTube page, Mother Diva's House TV series, you will see the interview where I was interviewing people at the Grammys at the pre-telecast, which is the show that's not on regular TV. And so I was talking about my house. So I've been wearing these ever since. And this one I just made. This was my Valentine's Day house. And I made this because my birthday was February 10th, and I wanted to have me like a little Valentine house. So the next one I'm gonna make, if I can get the house in time, I was gonna make me one for St. Patrick's Day, but I have to. It takes a couple of days for them to come in the mail. But sure, I can make you one. It's no problem.
So you want to tell them only on YouTube? Do you got Instagram, Facebook, and all
Oh
of that?
yes, I'm sorry. Okay, so Instagram is at Mother Diva's house. Facebook is Mother Diva's house. Twitter is Mother Diva Show. TikTok, Mother Diva's house. LinkedIn, Mother Diva Show. So some of them are Mother Diva Show because house was too long.
Right.
Okay.
You guys make
That's
sure
where, and then YouTube is Mother Diva's House TV series. So y'all can see me there. And then I'll come back and go over the comments if y'all have some questions. And I'm definitely gonna put up the Safeway Perjury Bill. I'm gonna make sure I put that in a link. It'll probably be on my Twitter page, which is Mother Diva Show. I'm gonna put that up so you guys can see that and start sharing it. And you gave me a good idea. I guess I should do a change.org petition. It's just I'm so used to doing things a little differently because people do those petitions all the time, and I just want to make sure that this is getting enough attention with the grassroots campaign that we're doing. And so keep remembering, y'all, it's hashtag Safeway Perjury Bill. Hashtag Safeway Perjury Bill, all one word. Because see, what this is going to do, Essie, this is going to really stick it to them. Yeah. This is really going to stick it to them because I named the law after they lying ass. Right. How about that? I let them have it with that shit, sis.
Hey, you guys. One voice can make a difference and one voice can make a change. And again, Right Cross just typed that up there too. I see the IG. That was that one. And then Safeway.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we're going to bring Mama Diva back again. Why wouldn't we? This has been an awesome live. I could do something like this.
Well, you know what? You know what would be really great too? Me, you, and Storm Monroe, we'll cut up. We'll be bigger than TGIF.
Storm a handful by himself, so you right about that.
Yes.
I just hope that people learn from this tonight. This is a power sister. She ain't just saying it. Like they say, put up or shut up. She done showed us that she put up.
And that's why I wanted to show my proof. I brought, all the, and people can go online and find this stuff. That's why I wanted to show people what I've been in the community doing. There are videos on my YouTube page of these presentations of these holidays and street signs. So this is the real deal, and I wanted to make sure that, people saw that I proved, what I said I'm doing. I'm not just talking the talk, I walk the walk.
And y'all really, I don't know if people know how hard it is. It's hard being an activist because you're hated, you're talked about. Some people try to disrespect you, lie on you.
And you know what? It doesn't pay. It's like, look, we do this out of the fight that's in us. Activists don't get paid. This is not a paid job. And Al Sharpton said something that was really interesting. He said, what was Martin Luther King known for? He was not known for having fancy cars and mansions and millions of dollars. He was known for change. Him and Malcolm X, they didn't have money like that. But guess what? They made an impact on this world and they made change.
Yep.
And that is more important than any amount of dollars. Because guess what? A hearse don't have a U-Haul ain't got a hearse hooked up to the back to it. You can't take this shit with you.
Hello?
You can't take nothing. Flesh and blood cannot enter into the kingdom.
Right.
You can't take none of this shit with you. And that's another thing, Essie, before we go. What makes you free in your mind? The most powerful person on the planet is the one that has has freedom as a state of mind. That they don't allow any gatekeepers or anybody in their space that's going to try to control the way that they think. Because that's been what's happening.
Right.
All these advertisements and signage on freeway. It's just the way to get inside your mind. All this stuff in social media, it ain't nothing but a distraction to keep your eye off of stuff. See? Do you know powerful corporations, Facebook, all of these big billion-dollar corporations, they dump in stock.
Why you think that is?
They dumping stock. They getting rid of a lot of stuff because you know why? They finna get exposed for some shit.
Yeah, I know.
So they trying to sell off all their shares. See, Yahweh bringing this world down like he did on 9/11. He not playing with these people no more. Y'all better get your soul right. Get your house in order. Clean up your house. Get your shit together. Because, honey, everybody is being found out. This has been the year, the last year or two, this has been the time of exposure. The truth is being revealed. This is revelation.
And you know
all of this shit is coming out now.
I'm going to say this too before I go. Just like she said all that, just like Jag. People try to say Jag was crazy, but then nobody come sue Jag ass, did they? They knew if they came at Jag, that Jag would put some stuff out there. Everybody want to say you crazy when you telling the truth. Everybody want to say you a lie when you telling the truth. Everybody want to say you ain't right when you walking straight and you ain't letting them pull you to the left or to the right. And you got to pave your way. So it doesn't matter what people think, really feel, or say. It's what you know can do to change the way. And at the end of the day, let me tell y'all something. This is bigger than Steve Harvey with me. There are judges and lawyers that help broke the law and violate the law because they had been taught the law. He just hired them. I would rather hold them accountable in a lot of ways than even him, because without you sitting up there doing it and coaching him, how would he have even knew to violate the law? Because you're supposed to be protecting the law and telling the truth. But when you got dirty people with gavels, or you got dirty people who are not lawyers, they're liars, then that's when all this injustice become. Because at the end of the day, it also reminds me of Miss Lily Coley, God bless her. Miss Lily Coley is a godmother of Jay-Z's son that he didn't want to claim. But through their whole case, they committed fraud. Well, how do you commit fraud? You got to lie. In order to lie, that's what you have to do. You perjure yourself. So this is going to be like a chain reaction, whether people know it or not, because this law, if it will pass and not,
and all those people that you mentioned in terms of lawyers and judges, and this goes for anyone, all of that has to be, they have to be investigated, because you know what can happen? Let's say you have some judges, you got to go and look at their cases and see what they've been doing. If you are a dirty judge or a dirty lawyer, it'll show up in the rest of your cases. It'll be the pattern of your behavior.
And people don't know, a lot of people pad cases. So you can take an old case and slide a few ships of paper in there and make a person look dirty without even saying it. But we have to wake up as people, individuals, and we need to look at what's in front of us, not what someone tell us, not what you think. And even if you see it in front of you, go do your own research. And a lot of times people ask about that warrant because I put sealed documents out. The sealed documents, they try to say I had already had documents. Whether they were out or not, they're not up there now, but you still want to say that. And if you piss me off, yes, I will put them up there again, because I know there's fraud in there. I know there's perjury in there. I know there is things in there that would make me take a look at that case differently. But there is one thing that I want to say for sure. when someone says, I am writing something free of will, and that a person is something, automatically you ain't wrote shit free of will. No can ever write me something and say, I'm writing this of free will in mind, and I didn't see you do it in front of me, or somebody tried to make Mary sign that. That's really saying that you're not writing it free of will. Someone is forcing you to write that, and that's what we have to be careful of and do. So I just want to tell people that you have to pay attention to the signs that's in front of you and look at what's in front of you. Because like she said, it's a lot of gatekeepers. There's a lot of people lying. It's a lot of people wanting you to believe what you want them to believe. And even with this Michael Jackson, she opened a lot of eyes tonight, because I'm looking at this whole thing differently now. You just sitting there making lies on people. And now a dead man can't talk. And now you want to come from while he's dead? That is so disrespectful.
It's even more than that. Like in the Michael Jackson community, when I tell you Michael Jackson supporters, a lot of them, the fanatics are, they kind of mental and crazy. But the ones that are sane, these people don't play around. Someone literally went and got the blueprint receipt from when the train station was built at Neverland. This motherfucker lied and said Michael Jackson molested him in the train station in 1994, and the train station. Wait, I think he said 92 or 93. The train station wasn't built until 1994, or something like that. You got to look it up. The bottom line is, he said he was molested at a specific time, and the thing didn't even exist.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what made me look at everything differently now, y'all. Because if I hadn't been put in a situation that I've never extorted somebody or been called a co-conspirator, which could give you 10 to 20 years in prison, I probably wouldn't have looked so deeply at it. But to know that someone would try to take my freedom like that, and I was set up and all this stuff was going on, I don't stop with nobody saying no case. That's how you have to look beyond the money. Look beyond what someone wanted you to see and read the paperwork and stuff as well, too. I'm going to bring this one up to you guys right quick. I don't know if a lot of people know about Tookie Williams. He was a dude, I think it was a Crip in Compton, right?
Yeah, that was the gang leader, Tookie Williams.
Right.
They did a documentary about him.
And I was dealing with that case a little bit. So make a long story short, I got a hold to the paperwork. When I got a hold to the paperwork, it was a mess. But make a long story short, I was able to connect those dots. In the time frame that said Tookie was there, did what he did, picked the gun up, went to it, went back to apartment where he was with his family members, or a couple, not his family member, a couple that was dealing with him. All of it didn't make sense. So make a long story short, when that happened with Tookie Williams, I called the lawyers the day that Tookie Williams, the day before, that he was going to be executed, because I found that in the paperwork. You know what them lawyers said? They said you might as well go let him die now. He ain't got but a couple of hours. Immediately that shit should have stopped, because it really showed that he was an innocent person. And if someone goes back and look at the documents that I thought, you better stop. You better stop. Girl, okay, so Tookie met a white couple. The white couple was cool with him. They say he put a gun up under their bed, but then at the same time, how the fuck did he get the gun from under your bed if you was in a bedroom and he made it to the gas station to shoot the people, come back, got the blood? It didn't make sense. The shit didn't make sense. It was a total setup, because he would have had to be in 3 places at one time and be able to do everything that they did. So after looking at it, and I called the attorneys, and they said he ain't got but a couple hours to die, to let him die. That let me know that these white attorneys will turn around and take your damn money and still let a black man die.
So wait a minute. So what ended up happening, Esty? Did he get executed?
Yes. Yes. And he had redeemed his life. He did a whole book, a children's book on changing life around, and they executed him. They executed him because they didn't want another powerful black man to tell the truth on all these negative things that happened, from the police to the judges to the lawyers. And I was really fighting for that. But when I saw that paperwork, and girl, I was calling everybody, and they said he might as well go on, don't say nothing now because he's going to die. I thought the lawyer...
Did you go to the news?
Excuse me?
Did you go to the news?
No, I didn't. Because there was a young lady.
That's why it's so important to go to the news.
Let me tell you why I didn't. Because there was a lady who brought me the case who he was dealing with, who was like his POA. So I could only do too much. I called her ass and told them what they said on the phone. She the one hooked me up with their lawyers. When I found the paperwork, she should have went to him. That was supposed to be your man. Y'all dating together because Cookie in jail. You get what I'm saying? What was I supposed to do?
That situation, what they need to do. This is what you call a reversal. What we could try to do with that later on down the line is we can get some type of initiative going where they can reverse that and put on his posthumous record that he was innocent.
But the thing of it is, if it's the honest lawyers and y'all they pull the paperwork and you put all the timestamps frames together, because I kept mapping it out, and there was people that I had questioned as well. It had to make sense, and it didn't. But at that time, the lawyers didn't care. And the girl who was dealing with him, she told me she felt like they were railroading her. Judge Mathis was down. There was a lot of media attention that morning or that week of. I can't quite remember,
Yeah.
But after all that transpired, it just made me know that you can get hooked up on any level. If that had been my client, it would have been different. But if you don't have a power of attorney or something like that, it's different that you can't just speak on someone's case.
If you had documentation and everything to prove that he was innocent and he should not have been executed, then there should be some kind of lawsuit against, by his family, and they need to create a record that says he's innocent. That's just unacceptable.
And it is. And if they pull the records, I can show you from detail to detail.
So you telling me that they executed an innocent man?
I'm telling you, Tookie Williams is fucking innocent. And that crime that they say, because he had did so much other stuff, they pinned the crime on him. And it was a white couple. And the white couple that pinned
the crime on him. That's what they'll do. This is what I'm saying. That's another setup. Remember what I said earlier is your weaknesses. When people find out what you weak at, they'll use that to assassinate your character or assassinate you, period. And because he had a record, right, it was easy for them to do that.
And I was looking at how did they not look at that paperwork? How did y'all not see that? But more salty than anything to me, it was more so that they have their own conversation. You ain't got to read those. It was more so that they were... the lawyers didn't care. That's what really bothered me. And then when I went back to the girl, she introduced me to the lawyers. She said, find something. I found several things. I found at least 10 things that could have got Tookie free in that court case. Period. Point blank. And then
girl, you need to go ahead and take the LSATs, girl, and go on and go to law school.
But you got to be bound in one state, though. I don't want to do that. Like I got somebody in Virginia this week.
You know what? One of your viewers said that you just have to connect. You can pass the bar and get your license to practice in California. But if you come across a case as a civil rights, maybe you will be a civil rights attorney. If you come across a case that's not in California, you just have to connect with another attorney in California. I mean, you got to connect with another attorney, like for example,
a document. Yeah, it's a document that you can fill out and you could go and work up under them.
Right.
That's cool. But like right now, I got somebody in Chicago.
You got some very intelligent viewers, honey. You got some woke people.
Yeah, because they know. That's why it's over here where we pay attention, because it's just a few that be gathered that can make a big difference. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
that's what I love.
Miss Essie, is this, when we finish with this live, is it gonna be automatically up or do you edit it?
I go raw. I'll edit shit. And when
good.
I can finish. I can send you a copy as well. You know,
it's gonna be on your YouTube page, so I'll see it.
Right. I'm gonna like how you talked about certain things. I want to break it down.
Yeah,
like
you want to chop up some things.
Right. So
listen, if you know how to edit, honey, I need to send you some stuff to edit, because I don't know how to edit no more.
You know, I done did a little bit, but I ain't good at it like some people. I might can find somebody to hook you up. I mean, I'm saying, but I'm not really good at it. I'm just
when I went to film and TV school, I learned how to edit on film, and I learned how to edit on 3/4-inch tapes. They don't do that no more. Everything is digital. And I just feel like there's a double-edged sword with this technology. Now, look at what happened yesterday. Facebook was down for 2 hours.
What? Why?
Girl, folks was going crazy.
See?
I'm tweeting folks and I'm telling them, Facebook is down. Do not panic. There was a world before Facebook and social media.
But you know what? That's what I'm saying. People get so
They
complacent.
get so caught up in that stuff, girl. Folks was losing their mind.
Now you know
And
what I
I
did.
tried to remain calm. See, I use social media for business, for my business, my TV show, because I'm a consultant, and then I do marketing and promotions for other companies. And I use Facebook, pretty much for business. But the Holy Spirit just told me it's gonna get fixed, but it's gonna be okay, because I it don't belong to me. This is what I try to tell people about Facebook. They don't understand social media. Social media is not freedom of speech because the people who own the social media companies have community standards and guidelines. If you post something or say something that they feel is against their standards, they will suspend your page. They'll put you on a suspension for a couple of days, 30 days, and some of them will take your stuff all together
And
because
I've
it
had
ain't
that
yours.
done. I
It
had this
belongs
shit
to
done.
them.
And when somebody flag your page, like Steve, I mean, flag my page, and they snatch my shit down, it was stuff that you can't get back. That's why we got to start owning
Let
your
me
own
ask you this
stuff.
question because what happens, and this is very interesting that we're talking about this because whenever somebody files a complaint with YouTube against your page, YouTube is supposed to give you an opportunity to dispute that. But I've heard horror stories where people's stuff just got taken down and YouTube didn't give them that opportunity. Is that what
Right.
happened to you?
Basically, but I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the videos that they had from his page had his face on it, had him doing it, had
Yep.
his stuff on it, and I put it on my page, so they said it was copyright infringement. But I don't know, I didn't know YouTube like I know it now, so I like to work it differently. But
Well, let me tell you what happened to a guy I know. His name is Kenneth Joseph, and he's a filmmaker. And we really don't really communicate anymore because I'm doing my thing, he's doing his, and I try to explain to him. Some people are just very stubborn, and I think that some of the footage he got is really great. But I tried to help him, go about trying to get his films out there. But anyway, what happened was he he made a documentary called um The Untold Story of the Jackson 5 Steeltown Records. A lot of people don't know this, but the Jacksons, first of all, when they first started the group was started by a man named Raynard Jones in Gary, Indiana. He was Jackie Jackson's friend. Okay. And the group was started by him. And the name of the group was Jawan and the Torianos. Tito Jackson's uh, birth name is Toriano. Tito is a nickname. Jermaine's name is Jermaine Lawan Jackson. Well, what they did was Jermaine was the lead singer, and Raynard and them, instead of him saying Jawan, instead of him saying Lawan, he called it Jawan and the Torianos. So they was Jawan and the Torianos first. Michael and Marlon was like bongo players. They wasn't singing in the band because they were really little kids. And so what happened was when Joe got wind of it, because it was Mrs. Jackson and her sister-in-law Bobby that was paying attention to them. Joe didn't have nothing to do with that. Joe was out there running the streets doing what he did, and his wife, their mother, kept pushing these kids and to him to look at the kids. So he finally did, and when he did, he changed it to the Jackson brothers, and then he changed. There was a woman named Evelyn LaHaye. She was having a jamboree and some events in 1965, and and they auditioned for her. And so she told Joseph, she said, "There's so many brothers, this and sisters that. Why don't you call them the Jackson Five?" So they were called the Jackson Five, and they had kept winning these talent shows at the Regal Theater. And the talent shows was put on by Purvis Spann and E. Rodney Jones. And they kept winning every week, and the people was getting mad. So they pulled them out of the contest and they made them just a featured act. So they took the Jackson 5 under their wing, and they connected them to the Leaner brothers, who had wonderful records and wonderful record studios on Record Row on Michigan Avenue. They went and recorded this little song called Big Boy, but nothing ever happened with it. They tried to develop them, and they just couldn't do anything with them. I don't know why they wasn't pressing up the songs and playing it on the radio, but that's another story. So there was a gentleman named Gordon Keefe. His real name is William Adams. He went by Gordon Keefe. He was the CEO of Steeltown Records. He signed the Jackson 5 to Steeltown Records in 1967 and re-recorded Big Boy. He took him to Sonny Sawyer Studio in Chicago. They re-recorded Big Boy with some professional musicians, and in 6 weeks, he got them a distribution deal on Atlantic Records. Now, I have copies of those contracts because Gordon was a client of mine before he passed away. But let me say this. If you go and research when the Jackson 5 first album came out on Motown, it was called Diana Ross Presents the Jackson 5. It was in December of 1969. The reason why that album came out in December of 69 is because when Steeltown Records signed a contract with Atlantic Records for Big Boy, that was in March of 68. Joe Jackson went behind Gordon Keefe's back and did a deal with Motown when he already had the deal with Atlantic. So Atlantic told Berry Gordy, you got to buy the Jackson 5 out of this contract. And it took a year and a half for them to get it done. That's why that album came out in December of 1969. See, I got some gems. I could drop some gems, ain't no problem. And I could back it up. You could just go look this stuff up. So Gordon met up with a guy named Kenneth Joseph, and he did this documentary. But instead of Mr. Joseph just focusing and concentrating on Steeltown Records, he wanted to expose some negative things about Joe Jackson. So apparently Joe Jackson's kids got wind of this and had his videos removed. Now, this was the story. The videos got removed off of YouTube. And what happened was, I was told by Gordon's son that he had got a call from someone who represents the Jackson brothers, a lawyer, had called him about the documentary. And he said, it's not my movie. They interviewed my father, and that's it. You need to talk to Kenneth Joseph. So somehow they had those videos removed from YouTube and didn't give Kenneth Joseph a chance to dispute the video. And so this is what I'm saying. YouTube at times is not fair. They'll remove something without giving the other party an opportunity to dispute it. But here's the thing. YouTube is a private entity. It's up to their discretion on how they want to handle people's pages. That's why always do your shows, download your shows to your computer so you'll always have your stuff. Because we got to keep in mind, sis, ain't none of this shit ours. It belongs to somebody else. So we got to have backups.
And I hope y'all listening to that, because that happened to me. It was a lot of charitable stuff that I did on my first page. I felt violated. I felt disrespected. And I felt like they owned me. Like, bitch, let me take this down. That's what I felt like. And that to me was bad. So that right there should to make another form way. Like they made Facebook, we can make Hood Book or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? Real book.
You are so funny. Girl, we've been on here almost 4 hours. I got to get off here and go to bed.
You know what? You know I love you. I'm going to say goodnight to my people. Welcome everybody for coming. I thank you guys for having this beautiful queen on my page. I have enjoyed you so much, sister. They want you to come back again. When we're going to keep pushing
course.
this law every time we can to continue to push what we have to push. And that was funny. You said something about Storm while you was talking shit. I was already texting Storm. Storm say, I'm watching. See, I'm that kind of sister. I'm not a hater sister.
I love Storm Monroe and his little storm chases and when he used to take the belt, you know, like he was going to whoop somebody. It was so funny.
Yeah, but you know what? He's a good brother. He's an awesome brother. And see, when you don't see me on the
live, watching Storm, I would love to come on your show too. I want to come on everybody's show.
I already just text him because we need we need this movement passed. We need this bill passed.
You know what? I can really act a fool on Storm's show.
You know what? If this was just a warm up and he already done seen you, because when you was talking, girl, I had already texted on when you start talking. But see, listen to this. This is what you guys got to watch. Like when she was talking, she didn't know I hit Storm. I say, Storm, this might be somebody want to highlight. This is a good interview, right? We don't do that. We try to hate on people. We try to block people. And we have to block. We try to block people energy or block to me, every interview is different. And even though we had a good time and it's about likes, shares, subscribes, and views, I needed to be like that, but we need a change to be made to go on and have so many millions of thousands or hundreds and y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Just don't watch to be watching. Make a change with it. Miss Valerie said, make sure you don't be a stranger. Look, you guys, I don't know how long it took her. I don't want to go into the story, the stuff she sent me today, how long she really been looking for me. That's why I handle my own stuff too, because there was other people getting emails saying, where's Essie Berry? And I wasn't getting any of them. So I'm glad that I'm able to see my people for myself and be able to do all this for sure.
And I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come on your platform. You're a queen. I respect what you do in terms of fighting for so many people, including yourself. It is very important that we have people like this in this world. If it wasn't for people like us, a lot of things would not get done. You know, right. So I mean, to be in your company and your presence, I'm humbled, and I appreciate you so much. And all the people who made comments and came in to your show to watch, thank you guys for watching. And I'll go back in the comments if you have any questions or anything. You know, I'm more than happy to answer. I'm very personable. I don't, I don't shun people. That's not what I do. I tell you in your face how I feel. You know, I'm just bold like that.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Same way she is, that therapist coming tomorrow, she gonna be the same way. I like people to show me who they are. Don't sugarcoat behind closed doors. Right. You gotta be who you are and bring it to me all the way. Queen, I know it's late there. Get you some rest. You know I'll call
Girl,
you.
It's almost midnight.
I love you.
I'm gonna go smoke my hemp.
Hey, you go what now?
Hemp, HEMP.
I know what hemp is, yeah.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know.
Thank y'all, Mother Diva.
I love y'all.
Awesome.
Hallelujah.
And I love that thing. I'm about to get me one. Get us a house,
I'll
you
get
guys.
you one.
And then listen,
okay,
you guys.
Good night. Love
good
y'all.
Night, people like this sister right here, I am so humbly grateful that this went on tonight. Did y'all enjoy this show? Tomorrow is going to be Therapy Thursday. We're going to have a good time and have fun doing it. This was an awesome show, you guys. It got heated. It got knowledge. It got legal. It got technical. It got happiness. I feel like we all learned a lot from it. And this is the kind of people that I really want to surround myself with. No matter what happens, how it transpires, what goes on. These are the type of people I want to surround myself with. God bless you guys. Tomorrow is narcissistic. What she said? Let me see if I got the title right quick before you go, you guys. I didn't name the title, but I'm trying to give people opportunity. Let me see if she put it in there so you'll know. I think we start at 4:00 tomorrow afternoon. Therapy Thursday. Let me go. Let me see if I got it in right quick. Did she put it in what time? I know it's at 4:00, but I know it's about narcissistics and low down grimy niggas, really. And it's for the mentality, like a lot of people we enslaved in certain things, and certain things we do. And to me, like this lady tonight, as an activist, she really should have opened your minds to a lot of things. To know that you can sit and write your own bill, to be able to change something, to be able to do something different. I think that's all in God's divine time. Tomorrow, Therapy Thursday, will be more so about educating yourself about narcissistic men, men who violate women, and women who violate men both ways. I don't know how she's going to take it. I told her I want her to come on here and be herself. You know what I'm saying? Because I like people who talk to me real so I can understand what we're really breaking down and saying. And also, that's going to be therapy tomorrow because I'm going to start a little bit earlier, but I want people to know as well, you know, so many things that's transpiring in the world and you may not know how to handle them. I'm trying to put certain shows together. So if it ain't but 10 people, 1 people, 2 people, 3, you will be able to have something that you've got from this live or somebody that I have brought to you. And this queen tonight, Mother Diva, brought a lot of gems to the platform. And I have to say, it's awesome that the knowledge that she gave me, because she enlightened me on so many things. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the opportunities that's coming my way. People like this step in my box every day, you guys. I just got to take control of it and embrace it and see what God has for me. To you all, I thank y'all so much for you guys tuning in. Y'all loving me. You guys want to hear what I got to say. Believe in me. That's much to be expected because I expect the same. What I can give to you, you give back to me. But I just want to say thank you guys for the opportunity. Join us tonight on Woman to Woman. Tomorrow will be Therapy Thursday. Friday will be recap. And I think the OGs, we supposed to have D-Ham back in the house. Maybe Pastor Friday Night Show and Deacon John and Right Cross. Or if not, we could just change it a little bit. Because my thing is, I want to give God his glory. And even though we do whatever we're going to do, I need one day a week that we can all come together and know that we are giving honor to God. And if you Saturday, Sunday, because it's really on Saturday, but some people do Sunday. But he's worthy to be praised every day of the week. So when something goes wrong or something falls some kind of way, remember, God is in control, not man. And everything that happens, it happens for a reason and it happened for a purpose, no matter what it is. Take the good with the bad. And if you're walking by faith and not by sight, whatever drops in your lap, in your face, right in front of you, I am ordained. God got me. So whatever journey that I'm on, whatever I need to do, I know God's going to walk with me and help me do that and carry me all the way. To that, you guys, God bless you guys. Good night. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all. Can't wait till tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.